You're listening to the When Heads Collide podcast by Headz Entertainment.
Exquisite made it.
What up, what up? This is Rage with Headz Entertainment. We got Ashley Jenkins on. She's the first black woman in all of Colorado's history to have a manufacturing license. That's fucking powerful. And so you got it through the social equity program?
Yes. So the first one to hold a MIP license through the social equity program in Denver's history. The social equity program is a program that is designed for minorities with a previous marijuana charge to open a door for them to get into the cannabis industry. So, first one in Denver's history to hold that under that license.
This is where we go with we're gonna do that. But dang, that's fucking. How long was that process? How long did it take?
So after I filed the application, I want to say it was about a year before I got a partial license. So I manufacture flower and I do extraction. Denver allowed me to have a partial license where I was able to do flower only. So I got that license maybe a year after I filed the application, and then about 8 months after that, I actually got my extraction license in a different city and county in Colorado. So about 18, 20 months all together to get it all done.
Did they make it complicated?
Oh, it was beyond complicated. And it was extremely expensive. I had no idea how expensive it was going to be to get this up and running.
Do you feel that there's a reason why it's complicated? Like there's a purpose?
I think everybody wants to have everything documented. Even departments that I don't believe should even be in the building because it doesn't have anything to do with them. But there are so many different channels that it does have to go through. And that's what makes it complicated because you can't just go to one person and that one person get it all done. You go here and then you have to go to a different location to get this done. And then you've got to I've talked to so many people in the last 2 years that I'll never speak to again, just trying to get this up and running. So that's what really makes it complicated.
Yeah. I feel knowing the weed industry in 20 months, that means that they were changing laws and regulations through those 20 months. So it's like, did you have to go through a fucking more loops because of that time?
Oh.
I feel like that would have, when I was in the industry, they were changing, I was just a bartender, I was a manager, I did fucking security in a dispensary, but it's like, they always would change the law, and it's like, oh, we can't do that anymore.
So
we just were yesterday.
I already know what you're talking about because I already know what you're talking about. We we had gotten a license for the partial, right? So in the meantime, while I'm trying to get my extraction done in a different county, I am, in a sense, making deals with other MIPs that are local. I did some work with Denver Dabs. They ran some really, really good stuff for me. It was really, really nice. But I had to order my packaging, so I ordered. I don't know what their actual term is, but the dram jars for your wax and your shatter, the little grams. We ordered, 5,000 of them, clear glass bottled, black top, because at the time I could do that. Yeah. And we all know everything is cheaper overseas, but with that comes, you order something in May and you don't get it until
coronavirus is done.
September, October,
Shit.
So it's literally 4 or 5 months before I get these jars and all my packaging for all my product, and we get the product. We get ready to go and gram everything up that Denver Dabs ran from us, and here comes this letter from the MED regulations website that says I can't use the glass bottom anymore. You can't see.
Because they're clear.
You can't see through it. So.
Yeah. So what did you do with all that?
I mean,
products. You still have it?
I still have it.
Can you put like stickers on it?
I can put stickers. I've always thought about putting stickers on it, but even with that comes a ton of. The stickers aren't cheap. You know what I mean? And so I get these stickers. And I put one set of stickers on it because at the time that's all it needs. And then I'll send it out to a dispensary. And then we got hit with serving size regulations. And so then they had to send it back. And I just don't have the time, you know. I don't have the time to try and figure out how to make this glass jar not glass anymore.
It's fucking weird. Because when I was in the industry, you could just put it out there and like have a name for it. You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, well, you need to put the stickers on there. And no, now you can't put the stickers this way. They have to be vertical. And no, they have to be vertical or like horizontal now.
And they have to be only a half inch from from the top and the sides. They have to be spaced properly.
And then when I was in it, we were just putting a long ass label that you need to put all of this information on there on a little 1 gram dram.
And it has to be 0.7 size font, and it's like, but
you can't fit all that.
Can you even read it?
No, not at all.
And you wonder why we've got like 9 stickers on one container, and I'm like, nobody even really reads these stickers. I personally, before I started this, when I would go to the dispensary, I would just peel those stickers off anyways.
Yeah.
What are they for?
I was like, why don't we just have like a fucking bag, a big old bag with all the stickers on there? No, I can't do that.
No,
so I remember when we would have Cart magazine or Cart drams, and I was like, yo, I'm just gonna fold. Like there was like 10 fucking stickers on there, and some are small and some are fucking big coming out of that little printer, and we would just fold it, and it just looked all stupid. Like, fuck, this is the regulations that they have. Do you remember walking into dispensaries and they just have dumbass shit on them? Like, why, bro? Like, get all of this shit off, and some pop, and then others you gotta fucking squeeze all stupid. It's like, bro, whose kid is gonna be really trying to fuck with all these stickers? I don't know. My kids probably would.
I probably would if I was.
He's still on mute.
Right now.
He's on mute because he coughed earlier. But
the regulations they change on a day. Like it feels daily. I want to say maybe every 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's why they make it hard on the common person to even do something like that, to even start a business like that. Because I mean, you got to be up to your shit. You got to have enough money to fucking pay for all this shit. So they're systematically keeping certain people out of the business.
Speak.
I mean,
no, that's
it's always been that way. I mean, when it first got legalized, it was kind of the Wild West. There was dispensaries that would just sell you a pound, and then you can go in there and just try. Like they'd be like, "Yep, hit this," and you could try all the stuff, not just smell it or whatever. And then with time, everything like shit changes overnight sometimes, and it makes it hard for small businesses to keep up. So the big businesses fucking do so well.
A lot of the business were like taking the MED's regulations as not even word for word. Like it would say you're only allowed to sell 2 ounces, or even medical patients like a pound per transaction. So they're like, oh, well, that was the transaction. It didn't say per day. Yeah. So come back, like spin the round, spin the block. Yeah, Sweet Leaf.
Sweet Leaf was telling people to circle the block and then come get an ounce again.
I was the only fucking Sweet Leaf when I was a security guard that kicked everybody out there before we got busted. My other guards were like face down on the floor. Yeah, and that was a fucking wild time.
Yeah, they got shut down. Yeah. It was pretty bad.
I don't know if we should like really divulge that information.
I mean, it happened already. What are they gonna do?
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
It's not like their business no more. They fucked that up.
Yeah, bro. They would have like fucking sales, bro. I remember I was sitting there all day and I'm like, hey, this is what we'd have to tell them. As long as you leave the cameras, hey, we don't know what you did with it, and you could come back. You know what I mean? Just leave the cameras. And they would be like, park at the end of the fucking parking lot and then come right back. It's like, leave the fucking.
I used to do this, but I used to come back later. Like I would go 3-4 times a day.
Yeah, these kids that I was talking to, they were like 19. They would come like 30 times, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just
that was the
pounds
dispensary
every
off
time.
104th? Or no, was
No,
it?
it was all
like
of them.
120th.
38th
It was
and
all of
Sheridan,
them.
There was one on
38th and like Clay.
120th and something.
Yeah,
I think.
there was
Yeah.
Right
one
by
in
the bridge.
Aurora.
I didn't go to the one in Aurora.
Yeah, there was quite a few of them,
Yeah.
and they're stupid because they already had sales. They didn't have to have people do that.
Yeah.
Bro, they had some fire ass weed. I like sweet leaves, but
And it was a good deal too. So they had like the trim.
They used to have
That's
that
why
strain.
they called it sweet leaf.
Yeah, they used to have that strain. It was called Great White Shark.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was delicious.
Their sweet leaf was $50 an ounce. People would go back. It would be topped out in a day. They'd have a whole barrel full of it.
Oh yeah,
But-
when you're telling them to spin the block.
That's what. That's what. That's
They
what
were spinning
fucked.
the block.
That's what fucked up the industry too. Is because people were just exploiting those
Loopholes.
half-assed loopholes in
And
the
they're not even
regulations.
from here. Let's be 100%.
Oh, yeah.
The majority of
Yeah.
these big any
Pushers,
of these
yeah.
dispensaries, they're not even like real natives to Colorado.
Oh, hell no.
These are people that are coming from outside, and and that also jacked up the industry because
Oh,
that
yeah.
that made it hard for all the locals that didn't have the money that they're coming into Colorado with, and they just took over the game.
They just discovered the whole weed game
Yeah.
from us.
Discovered it.
And
from
then
us.
they made it damn near impossible
Yeah,
for you to try and get it.
yeah. That shit was.
Like going off what Matt was saying earlier, if I could pay somebody to sit and read regulations and policies all day to make sure that I was up to code all the time, I would do that. But I don't have the money to do
Yeah, I'm
that
like,
right
there's
And then
people who do that.
Those
but that's
people,
it's
those
grand.
companies probably got like 4 or 5 people that do that.
Right.
You know, like so.
You have to have 4 or 5 people to do that
Yeah.
because my book for it, like my policy book, is like this
yeah,
big.
that's crazy.
And it's so
That's not
intricate
work
the
for
way
one person.
the way that they put it in there. It's like,
And be mindful of the wording.
oh
Okay.
my gosh,
It's like almost impossible.
that legal jargon.
Yeah, you need a lawyer.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, they definitely ain't making it easy. That's for sure.
Well, so given the history of it, how are you doing now?
I can say I'm floating.
Hell yeah.
My dad used to be an educator at Metro State University Community College of Aurora, CCD. Left education and started his own landscaping business, and he's on his 3rd year. And so, talking with my dad, we have a lot of business conversations, and he had said to me that in the first year of you starting your own business from the ground up by yourself, at least 70% of those people fail. In the second year, 50% of the first 70 fail. If you make it to the 3rd year, you usually you're solid. And I barely made it out of the first year. Barely made it out of the first year. So with the social equity
So
program,
15%. Would that be 15%? I think 70%.
70. So
I don't know. I'm not thinking right.
I think it's 30.
30%. It's probably around there. Sorry for interrupting. Oh,
No, you're good.
trying to flex my North High math. I'm like, yeah.
Education right there.
And I was in Thornton, so like I think it's 30, but really I think it's 40 now that I sit here and do the math.
I'm still
So,
holding
like, it
15.
doesn't even matter.
So, no. Yeah, I mean,
So I barely made it out of the first year. I was supposed to get, when I got the social equity program and the license, I was supposed to get a $20,000 grant to start me off. I didn't receive the $20,000 grant.
why?
I don't know. They said I was not eligible. Now, to be eligible for the program, you had to be a minority with a previous drug charge. And so I graduated high school out of Prairie View, and I went straight to Florida. I went to Crestview, Florida. I left with my son's dad and his family and got caught up at the wrong place with the wrong people. And I had gotten pulled over. Now we had 2 grams of marijuana
Whoa.
and 2 grams.
Holy
I
shit.
had,
That's a lot.
I had a whole blunt. I said 2, but you guys told me that was 1. And
That's like a blunt.
yeah, okay, see. And then there was a baggie that had enough cocaine in the bag for the state to test it. Okay, for the state
They
test.
were
Residue.
tripping. They
Yeah,
weren't tripping
residue.
on the yay.
So it was a 33-year offense on my first offense.
Damn.
So when I went to court, I called my mom, who flew out there, and
Holy shit.
cried, prayed, all that good jazz. I happen to be the first person that the judge calls on, and he's having a great morning because he tells my mom that I can go back home on 6 months of probation.
He smoked prior to the fucking hearing.
Whatever
He
it
was
was,
high
I
at that
was down
moment.
for it. But when I had gotten to court, so there wasn't enough cocaine for the state to run it again, so they dropped that. So then this is just a charge of, they dropped it to 22 years.
Oh, what?
So it's like 11 years
Yeah.
per gram out there.
Yeah.
For cocaine? Was the
No, for
cocaine?
the cocaine, they dropped it because there wasn't enough coke for them to test it again when I went to court.
What happened to the quantity? They just fucking.
The judge smoked it, bud. He was
He's-
high. That's why he was having a good morning.
Whatever it was.
That's weird.
It was
Like,
an
yeah,
empty
the-
bag.
the
It was an
evidence is
empty
gone.
bag, really.
And then he's like, "Well, we don't have enough anymore."
So we're just gonna hold. We're just gonna charge you on the weed,
Yeah.
and it'll see it's 30. It gone from 33 years to 22.
Wow.
So I ended up
That's crazy.
skating out with 6 months probation. Of course, it was supposed to be 6 months, but I was jacking around the whole time, smoking weed the whole time.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing like a year and a half.
Probation.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Here, he let me come home.
Ooh.
He let me come home, but that was one of the requirements. You had to be a minority with a previous drug charge.
Yeah. That's
So
fucking.
why I didn't qualify for the 20K?
Because they didn't want to break it off. That's about it. I don't see any.
There were
other
like
fucking
6 or
information.
7 applicants that received the $20,000.
What ethnicity were they?
Well, they weren't ours,
That's fucking tomfoolery.
so that was a lot of fun.
So they were of like the
The
lighter
Caucasian.
hue.
There,
Yes.
yeah, the lighter hue. They were Caucasian, and they're the ones who got the fucking. Dang, that's.
And they were
But
minorities though? What were they?
I didn't understand.
Were they Irish? Were they Italian?
Look, if you claim that you are, or if you are of that ethnicity and you don't have a lot of money, you can also acquire a social equity license.
So you could identify as a minority and technically not be a minority.
It's got to be something with the tax bracket or something. I wish I knew because like I don't know everybody that does hold a social equity license that is of Caucasian has told me that they know that they shouldn't have one,
Oh, that's the exploitation.
but somehow they qualified for it because they also have a charge.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I don't know. I was under the impression it was for minorities, but I feel like it's come down to if you have a previous drug charge.
Yeah.
They were probably like 30% Italian, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Cherokee princess.
Oh, white, like European.
Princess Cherokee
Minority.
auntie or grandma.
I'm not 100% sure if you've got a previous charge you can hold one. And some of them did collect the 20K.
And that
So
ain't shit though in the industry.
Look,
20,000
no,
ain't
because
shit.
to do this, had I known I needed $1 million, I'd have started fundraising and GoFunding, and
Hell yeah.
and I probably wouldn't have. I would have done a lot of things differently had I known it was going to cost me $1 million to get this thing up and running.
Yeah, 20,000. That's just like fucking.
$20,000
Go
is
buy
half
some-
my rent at my
Yeah.
lab here.
Yeah.
Mind you, I have 2 labs. My rent here in Denver is almost $9K a month.
Yeah, and
That's
there's
just the rent.
crazy fucking. I bet you they have crazy like stipulations and regulations for
Hey
grow
man, let
ops.
me be.
Holy smokes! Holy smokes! Cheers up, buddy. Cheers up there, Matthew.
Yes, sir.
I'll block that out in his later.
Well, you got my name on it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good having you here. I know we're freaking being really serious about this shit, but I'm happy to see you doing good. It's fucking powerful that you're doing it, and now you're floating, and shit. In a month's, or shit, in a year's time, 5 years, you're gonna be fucking soaring.
That's the plan.
You know what I mean?
There,
It's gonna happen.
I'm too far in to just quit. Even though you can ask Bobby, I come home all the time and I'm like, I'm done.
Oh yeah.
I'll never answer this phone again. I hate this.
Good.
But
You need those times.
yeah, no, seriously.
You need those shit.
Because then when something comes around and it like works out for my favor, I'm like, this is what it was. You know,
Speak on that prayer part.
what you mean?
Prayer is very real when it comes to like those times when you're fucking down and you're like, oh my Lord, like I know we're not from the same religion or anything like that, but like prayer is very real when it comes to like, fuck, like I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. I'm tired of this roller coaster. I'm done. I'm done.
When people ask me, they're like, how did you do it? And I'm like,
Prayer, baby.
that's my answer.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have another answer because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the prayers, I would have quit because I'm so in tune. Like my prayers are in my head. I'm having a conversation at all times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm over this, and then I'll hear, no, you're not.
Yeah.
This is just the start, okay? Because the goal is to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That would be the goal. The goal is to make sure that my son doesn't have to choose which sport he wants to do. Because right now it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive outside right now. So that's the goal. But really, if I could get this social equity program on the correct path and get the minorities in there,
Yeah.
it would be a game changer because there's no reason that there are people that look like you and I, and there are your occasional white people that are locked up for weed and paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And every owner that I've met in Denver is white.
Yeah. That's fucking. It's how the game is played. They make those fucking strategies to.
It's called a monopoly.
I was just about to say, didn't they teach us when we were younger that like there wasn't supposed to be a monopoly? Wasn't there an example with cable?
But don't you know the whole reason why there is a game of Monopoly is because that's a very real thing.
No, absolutely. They tried to make us look like
Everything
we were stupid.
is a monopoly.
No, absolutely. Everything is a monopoly, including the cannabis industry. Because I feel like I'll talk to one person and I'll be like, oh, I had a conversation with such and such, and they're like, oh, that's my best friend. And I'm like, oh, how come, like, no. And then sometimes I never hear back from either one of them. And
That's
I'm
how
like,
it works, though, that with a lot of things, just with regular jobs. Like, when you get in a good job, it's like everybody knew each other before. And that's how you get in. If you don't know somebody, you don't get in.
That smells like nepotism.
yeah, but then it gets shitty when you know that you know this person, and I've been trying to contact this person, and you don't say anything.
Yeah, shady.
It's extremely shady. I am so thankful that I am in this business with my uncle, because my uncle, he got into the cannabis industry like back in 2015. He actually does, his was MT Growers LLC. Okay, so like they're two totally separate, but he was just a grow down in Provo. And when this came out, he wanted to give it a shot. He knows I'm a pothead. I also was doing wheelchair transport and realizing how much money is being made behind the pharmaceutics, period. And a lot of my patients didn't need to be on half, if not all, the pills that they were on if they just smoked a little pot.
Yeah. What so the company that she has is called MT Growers.
I'm MT Growers
MT
Inc.
Growers Inc. And what are all your products?
So I do infused pre-rolls, I do sugar wax, I do butter, I do diamonds, and I do vape cartridges. I have to get a license for the edibles because it's like a whole nother
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, but it's cool. My building has a kitchen in it.
What?
Yeah.
Can we go on a tour?
Yeah, you guys know I was gonna go.
We're not gonna say
I got
nothing
this
about
giant
Bobby.
freezer. I got this giant freezer with all my products.
Can we? All right. We'll talk about this later. I'm like, can I get a joint? I'm just kidding.
Well, I brought some goodies too. So
You can. I don't know. Can we show it on the camera?
probably
probably
not
not.
for
Maybe not on
YouTube.
YouTube because
Yeah,
they're
no.
a little weird.
But I did, so
Okay.
it's here for later.
Let me check it out.
But you could imagine, just imagine. Just use your
It's
imagination.
pretty gold.
Ooh, that looks tasty. And what strain is this?
Honey bananas.
I'll smell it real fast. Ooh, that stank. Little half gram or what? Or little gram?
Yeah, that one was a half gram. I just took a little sample.
So that's like a peanut butter texture, butter. Yeah, that's my favorite type. That's my favorite type right there.
So
I love live resin and this type right here, or like the crumble. I
I've
like
got
crumble.
a rosin press too, but that is just such a. It's
That's
such
expensive.
that too, but it's like tedious to play around with and press, and you got to run it and all this extra. And I don't have the time. Okay.
I like shatter.
Yeah.
I would like to start some shatter soon.
Watch. I'm happy to where you guys are gonna go. There's so much room to play now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
from all over. So I had some Cheetos sugar wax, and that one was pretty dank too. But I'm sold out of that. You can find that at Flower Power Botanicals in Fort Collins.
Is that the dispensary you're
So I
you
just
have your product in?
Yeah, the sugar wax. They pretty much bought all my sugar wax and butter. And then I have some vape cartridges at the Healing Tree.
Oh, cool.
off
Where is that?
Colorado Boulevard.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's the one with the drive-through.
Dang.
So I've got some vapes over there. So I'm just now like restocking off of everything that I just sold. I sold everything. I still got some vape carts that I need to get rid of. I got some, they're for ceramic vape carts. I wanted to make it easy for all my patients. Most of my patients had some sort of form of cancer.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it easy for them to smoke. And metal is just harsh.
You can taste it when you
Yeah,
hit it.
and it's relatively bad for you.
So
So I do ceramic.
when
Them vape cartridges usually make me. They're kind of hard on my lungs and shit too.
hard on your throat.
Yeah.
It's like, so when you make these cartridges, what solvent are you using? Are you
Ethanol.
using ethanol? Is that okay for us to inhale?
But when
Ethanol?
you cook it out,
Yeah, I mean, oh no, sorry. What are you using for like the viscosity when it comes to these cartridges, like polyethylene glycol? I know a lot of companies used to use that shit just to keep it.
So I do.
You know what I mean? What do you use?
I don't know. I wish my uncle was here. So I call him the mad scientist. He really is a mad scientist. He just be back there mixing some stuff up.
Yeah.
But we do. We do ethanol extraction. It's not like low level heat.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, after he runs it through this machine, I've never seen the process. I got to make my way down there. So my other unit is in Antonito. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that.
my family's from there.
Okay, so I didn't know Bobby's family was from down there too. It's just small world out here.
Bobby has a big
It's a
family.
Tiny
He
little
does have a
town.
big family. It is a very tiny town.
My family owns the 1911 steam train hotel down there.
I don't know what's down there. I didn't think anything was down there because it's
There
like
really ain't.
that's what I heard. But because my grow's down there, Robert Pacheco, that's who my grow is, and he has like a ton of land, and I think he's got like it used to be an old gas station or something like that. So he's got his grow somewhere in some facility on his land. But then he had this not abandoned, but not being used building, and when Denver wouldn't allow me to get my extraction unit down here, he was like, fuck it, just bring it down here and I'll do the paperwork and we'll just move it all down here. So I actually have never seen how this process works.
How
So,
far is that, from here?
5 hours?
It's 4 hours.
Depending. It's out
Is
Matt drive.
it 4 hour Matt drive or 4 hour Bobby drive?
It's 4 hour for every. Bobby probably do be chilling. He be chilling.
So
I be jamming. I'll take 285.
But I hear
It's
you
the
drive
quicker
crazy.
way. I don't drive crazy.
Fast.
I just had a fast car.
Did you
And I
drive
drove
it
it
fast?
fast.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
But
then-
now
It's the cars that's fast. I
I
don't
got
drive.
I got a cool whip now. So
Okay.
and I don't drive it that fast.
I think it's like a 4.5 hour drive. I'll give it there. I'll go there. 4 to 5.
Bro,
It's
I'll
a
get
4 to
there
5.
under 4. I promise you.
6,
See?
3 for man. Nah,
I'll get
but
under 4.
yeah, I would love to take a tour and maybe even some photos for you. That'd be tight for the podcast and like to go out there for you. That'd be fucking fun. I love to see the process of how that shit works.
Yeah, I want to make a trip down to Antonito. See me because since they got it running down there since last Saturday, I have not seen my uncle since Saturday. He's like, we got a new toy, so we're just playing with it. And I've just been at the shop by myself all week, and I'm like, now I have to go see what's going on. But he brought that stuff back, and it looked gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And it smokes really, really well. So I was like, yeah, no, I really have to go down there. So I wish I could tell you what solvent is used in it. I know ethanol, and that's it.
Like I might be going, I might be going down there soon too. I know it's a small town. Like I know a lot of people down there.
He knows everyone.
Isn't it like 500 people?
Yeah, there's probably like a couple families out there. Like my family's deep out there.
And one of them is Bobby's.
Shout out to V Hills.
So just
Do you run into any V Hills down there?
damn, you got V-Hills in your family too? That's crazy. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it Garcia?
Yeah.
I'm a Garcia. I got V Hills. I got Gonzalez. I got Suazos.
All over.
I got all kinds of motherfuckers.
Yeah. So where do you get your? Do you grow? Do you grow the weed, or
I
do you
don't.
third
Robert
party it?
does.
Oh, so then you have a whole grow and all that too.
I've got like a little team behind me, so I'm just like the face that goes out and like attends these parties. Because I went to this. Listen to this. I went to this really cool cannabis event the other day.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
I had never been to one of those before.
Those are fun.
And that thing was super cool. They had like little stands and little samples all over the place. I met a lot of people. But my uncle, you'll never catch him at one of those things. Never catch him at one of those things. He's missing the bottom 2 teeth. Like and he's from the South. Like,
Those things are so pretentious too, though.
and I felt
Yeah.
very awkward. Okay.
They're cool.
I was like, I'm just
yeah.
gonna take my joints, and they just kept bringing me more
No, fuck
joints, and
that.
I kept sticking them in my pocket.
Make those people uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable.
Apply the pressure.
Apply the pressure. Yeah.
I really was just
Tell them
coming
to
to
come
scope.
with you and just be.
Why
just
didn't
be
you-
themselves?
Hold on,
Like,
Bobby.
yeah.
Hold on. Why wasn't Headz Up invited?
Well,
Bobby,
because this one wasn't.
I'm just kidding. We're gonna go there all fucking banged out.
Well,
Well, what up? I will.
From what I learned is they have they do 2 events, and the second one that they'll have later on in the year is the one that's open to the public.
Ooh.
Because had this one been open to the public,
What?
right, it was kind of weird. Had this one been open to the public, I wouldn't have went by myself. But like, you've got to understand, you want me to make these people feel uncomfortable. I was just going there to scope out the stuff because there's some really cool shit coming out for 420. A lot of cool stuff is launching for 420. And so I went to just scope shit out. And but by the end of it, I think I have this like gravitational pull. I was standing at like a stand-up bar table, and there were like 30 people surrounded by me. I got so many cards by the end of the night. I also wasn't prepared for this, so I didn't take any of my own damn cards. I fixed that real quick. I'm getting ready to make some cards, so I'll be ready. But it was a good time. It was a really good time. I don't remember where we were going with that.
What did you do at the? Well, when I went to a few of those parties too. When I was in the industry, you could only get in. Who was breathing like that? Am I tripping? That's why here's. Who's breathing? It's all me. Who's breathing like that? I'm freaking out.
This guy.
But anyway, I forgot I would say it too. I sound back
See,
myself.
that's what I'm talking about.
But,
we were
yeah.
talking about the Cincy party, but I don't remember when I brought it up.
Well, that's the party that I went to, and you could only get in there if you had a badge. Mm-hmm. You were in
and
the
you
industry.
had to buy the ticket. It was $30.
Oh, I got mine for free.
Yeah. Well, apparently that has also changed a lot from when it first started, because a few of the people that I were talking to said that it only used to be like $5-10, and there used to be like 30 different vendors in there.
Yeah.
That were just giving you samples of it. But there were only like 5 or 6 that were there. But the samples were dope. When I tell you, I came home with a gram of wax, 3 joints, 2 blunts, a pocket full of lighters, and then I had this little baggie, okay, and I went back for some edibles that they have, like this sour candy edible that's coming out. And I went back for some more, and they were out of the package one, but they had like a gumball machine of it.
Oof.
And she was like, give me your bag. And she stuck the bag underneath there, and she like just cranked it like 2 or 3 times. She was like, that should get you home.
That's tight.
They were edibles?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I mean, it was just crazy. And I'm like,
So that should get
It's
you
cool.
home. So do you suggest I eat these before I drive? Type shit? Like,
these were, I don't know if they were things to take home.
Did you get toasted there?
I learned, okay, so.
I was so dosed on it.
I learned the hard way. I went,
Nice.
There is this really, really cool spot on like 80th and Washington. It's called Headz Dab Bar.
Yeah.
Okay, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a bar when you walk in, but instead of alcohol on the shelves, there's flour. There are different contraptions for you to smoke out of. There's all kind of stuff. So I went to drop off some samples. Stacy and Josh are amazing people. We are actually gonna have a meeting next week to talk some business. He told me to come in on Saturday, bring a couple friends, and we would sit down and talk. Josh actually was really busy in like a meeting or something, so Stacy kept us company, his wife, and they had, that day was the Taste of Buds. So it was kind of like it was like a mini Cincy party. They had vendors where you bought a poker chip and you went to a vendor and you got a sample for a chip. And so I did this one thing. I don't know what it's called. It looked like a lamp, like a glass lamp. And you you stuck it on the base, and then out the bottom of the base in the glass, shot out a bunch of smoke, and then you had to drink it like a drink. And when I tell you, I'll never smoke one of them things again. I was so high. I was so paranoid. I was like, they were like, mission is accomplished. And I was like, I gotta go to work.
Oh
We had to work security that night, 6 to 6.
Ugh, 12.
Yeah. He went home and took a nap. Bobby did. But like,
Was Bobby paranoid?
No, he wasn't paranoid. He was like,
Ever.
come on. And I was like, I can't move. I don't want to leave. I gotta calm down.
Comatose. They also serve Headz, don't they? Do like a non-alcoholic THC infused beer?
Man, and when I tell you those things were, I don't know if they have the beer. Maybe they have the beer, but they have the Keef colas. So I got a Keef cola, but Tori didn't. My best friend, she didn't want a Keef cola. Maybe this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She didn't want a Keef cola, so they brought her regular Coca-Cola with like a tincture, and she got to do it herself. Boy, and she drank 2 of them.
Dosed.
Boy.
Drinks fuck you up too.
And I didn't know that they snuck you like that, okay? So, like, I'm trying to have a real business conversation with Dre, who is, she works for Honeybees, super cool woman. She's trying to talk to me and have this dope-ass conversation with me. And I'm like, I just told her, I was like, bro, I cannot have this conversation with you. Like, I hit that thing over there and I'm way too high. And that's when they were like, mission accomplished. And then she wants to get super fucking real with me about how, like, she knows how hard it is for women to get into the industry. You feel me? And it's bro, and I'm crying. I cry at everything, okay? I cry at everything. Movies, TV shows, I cry at everything. The homeless man on the street when I don't have nothing to give him. I'm the biggest thug baby on the planet, okay? And so I'm crying in the middle of this bar. just bawling, and she's like, "Can I give you a hug?" And I'm like, "Please."
It's one thing about when you're all fucked up, you're just all sensitive about your shit, not
I'm
emotional.
like super feeling.
Bring it in. Just give me a fucking hug.
Heart to heart, okay? I need you to hug me with your heart. Like,
Yeah, that last podcast we did, I got right past that point.
Yeah,
Just
no,
to,
you skipped it.
Tapped out point, like.
I learned my lesson the hard way in the middle of Jad's bar. I'll never get too toasted.
I'd rather skip that part, to be honest with you. The part about getting like all sloppy, I'd rather just be
Straight to sloppy.
cool and then toast. Cool and then toast.
Skip all the tripping over tables and spilling drinks and all that.
I go
You
straight
don't know how
to-
many drinks were spilled on me this weekend, and if it wasn't for my shoe protecting, I'd have been pissed because I had my pink Timberlands on.
Ooh,
I was hot.
that shit was sliding off.
I was like, I gotta go.
Got them pink Timbos.
Yeah, I want to
It
check
was a
out
lot
that
of fun.
place though for sure.
Yeah.
Jad's.
Is it pricey?
Do you have to have a membership?
No, you don't have to have a membership,
Cool.
and there is no cover charge. So here's what they have. Their license is like a hospitality license. So they're not a dispensary, which means they can't sell you a ton. They only have a hospitality, so they can only give you a certain amount. And there was 3 of us. We had ordered the 2 drinks and a joint, and it was $40.
Can you bring your own?
You can't.
I mean,
But like I said, the
it's a
cool
cool
thing,
experience.
it's a very cool experience. But if you go, like they have on 420, so 420, they're doing the ultimate taste of buds. So they're gonna have the vendors there again. So
It's like
that's
the taste of Colorado.
it's
Well,
exactly
the
what it
taste
is
of
with buds. And then
Oh, yeah.
that starts at 420 to 7:15, and then
Is it a
after
weekday?
that, 420. I think it's on a
It
Thursday.
is on a weekday. God damn.
But then they have bingo. They have blazing bingo at 8, and then I think they're
Oh,
I
that's
think
cool.
they're only open till midnight.
I like that.
So it's not gonna be like you're out super late.
Lots of crafts.
So
Yeah, they
It was a
have.
good time.
I work
So
till midnight.
yeah. So it's called
Yeah.
Jad's Mile High Smoke.
mm-hmm.
They're, I believe it's Colorado's first cannabis bar. First cannabis bar. 21 and up,
That's cool.
valid ID, no membership.
No.
A lot of the early, because I remember going to like a few back in the day that you had to have a long ass
No,
membership and
none
shit.
of that.
I'm
We
like, I'm
walked
not
right
paying
on
for that.
in, and like we walk in, and the first person you talk to is like, of course, Stacy checked our IDs here, but then there's a bar, and he gives you the rundown, and I can't even tell you what the rundown was, but like he was telling us like what he could give us if we wanted to go up to the bar and get something from him. Otherwise, we could pick a seat. So we went and sat down. They had 5 flat screen TVs in there that has. They had a Switch. They had an Xbox. I think every TV had a game console, and then
Yeah.
they have this huge chest that's full of games.
So you can just chill there. Huh?
Yeah, and then they had like a lounge area that had like bean bags and pillows, like if you get a little sleepy. So they had that. And then so we sat at the table, and then we had like a bartender. We had a bud tender come to our table, and she took our order
For food?
for the weed
Or just
and the
for
drinks.
products?
So then she was like, we were like, well, we want to take a joint, right? So she brings back this tray that has like 50 different joint containers that are all different names, and we got to pick which one we wanted. And so we told her which one we wanted, and she came back with an ashtray and a lighter and a joint.
Sweet. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was fire. They have some really pretty stuff.
They
They,
don't
have
use
diamonds.
They don't use trim for their joints like all other dispensaries everywhere.
I didn't think it was trim.
Nah.
She didn't say it was trim. It didn't smoke like trim, because that's my problem. So that's why I wanted to do pre-rolls.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted to take these pre-rolls. And I was like, why is
Because everybody
nobody?
believes they're trimmed.
Well, the problem is everybody is doing trim. So they're getting these joints for like 80 cents. But everything that I have is indoor. And I know a lot of people don't care about indoor or whatever, but
No.
like there's a lot of money that goes behind that. And I'm not selling this joint for 85 cents. I'm just not doing it.
I mean, $4, $5. I'd pay $5 for a joint, a good joint.
Yeah, if it's a gram joint.
Yeah.
I only have grab joints.
Yeah, I would.
So these dispensaries are like, well, we'll take them for 80 cents when I know I could get $1 for it. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'll give you $3 for
I wish.
it. I will.
That's what I actually
Let me know.
say. So that place too, it's right off of, for anybody, any of our viewers that are interested in Headz, it's right off of 76th and Washington. And they're open every day from 12 to 10, noon to 10 p.m. So take your big ass down there and go get some bud. They got live events, live music. They got
Comedy show.
yeah, comedy shows. They got bar games. They got they got
all that shit.
Their comedy show is called, their comedy show night is called Potty Mouths.
That's
I
tight.
like it.
Double entendre. That's like a triple entendre.
I like it.
Damn.
It's super cool. They have really dank weed. So
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that place out.
When are we gonna have some events for MT growers? Sponsored by Headz Up. I mean, you're married to the fucking
Married to the game.
one of the fucking founders of this shit.
hey.
Get up in there,
He
brother.
was super excited
Show
to tell
face.
me that the name of the
Let me see.
podcast.
Come over. Let's get Bobby in there. There you are. There's
Right.
Bob's.
Show them the 14. Show them the 14.
Show him that hat. Oh, look at that hat. That's brother Bob's.
It's a real rivalry in our house when it comes to sports.
You guys are a beautiful couple. I just wanted to say that
I
too.
appreciate
You
that.
guys like complement each other perfectly, fucking potheads. I love it.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
We do.
That's
Yeah, I
tight.
couldn't butt heads with my girl about sports. They either gotta not have an opinion or they gotta be on my side.
Whoa.
I'm about to argue with you
Toxic.
about
Oh man, you should see Sundays during football season.
I know, Saints and Falcons.
Yo,
I forgot.
Yeah.
do that.
Bobby's not that.
He's a dirty bird.
He is.
He likes them Falcons.
So yeah, I
So,
wouldn't want to butt heads about that because this creates.
Are you
no
planning-
conflict.
are you planning on having any events, or what's the next moves?
So I did. I had a plan where I was gonna do like a red ribbon cutting, like when we got our license. In my mind, I thought things were gonna go a completely different way than the way that they went. So by the time I did get the partial license, I had to just go right to work. So I know that I would like to have like some sort of, when I'm back, like, because like I said, I'm floating right now, you know what I mean? When I can start kicking my feet again,
Yeah.
I would like to have like an actual grand opening, because my uncle has put in a lot of fucking work, and I have put in a lot of fucking work, and Robert has put in a lot of fucking work, and we have put in a lot of money. And if it wasn't for like my friends and my family, I got so many like investments from friends and family that were like, we believe in what you're trying to do, and I would just like to like have something for them. And so the cool thing is, I can't throw a party at my location here in Denver, but there's a park that's right next door. So I would like to have like a grand opening barbecue.
What about
sometime this
consumption?
summer. I mean, you guys can do whatever the hell you want, not on my property. You know what I mean? It is Denver, though.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I'm asking, because it's like, oh, this is going to be a weed event, and someone,
and-
MED's going to be for sure there.
And before I got the license, I didn't see Denver PD in my neighborhood at all. And then I got the license, and now I see them every day.
That's the sound of the beast.
So
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, that's how it goes. But, I mean, as long as everything is legit, fucking, like, you guys are going to be soaring. Like I said, I give this shit about maybe like 1 to 2 years, just solid,
I mean,
keeping your head down and fucking grinding. You guys are going to be killing the game.
yeah, you keep talking about that praying thing, and that's all I've been doing and stuff. Just been kind of, my uncle comes up with these ideas, and I'm like, okay, and then it happens, like falls in my lap. So I'm like, all right. So Empty Growers got some big plans. If I could get it, then I'll be golden. I know if I could get it, you'll know when it comes, and I'll be golden.
Is there any new products that you want to push? Or can we talk about that yet?
Yeah, so my chemist, he is like the head honcho mad scientist, and he has beautiful diamonds. I've never smoked a diamond before. It was a little rough for me.
That's rosin, right?
I don't know what it is.
It looks like meth.
Thank you. I was like, I don't know if I can say this or not.
Well,
The diamonds look like coke, and then they have a.
I've seen rosin diamonds.
I don't know if it's rosin.
I've seen the crystalline THC crystalline look like shards. Like, and then they have what she's talking about. It looks like powder.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's rosin, but I don't know. I'm not a big consumer like that.
When I got into this business, I thought there was like 4 or 5 different things you could do.
That's what they look like right there.
Oh, there's so many different things. Oh yeah, that was like crap.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know if I could say that out loud or not.
You can say it looks like crap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It looks that also looks like some crazy shit. And they asked me.
Don't say Parmesan cheese.
This was at the venue, and they told me it was TCHA.
THCA. It's not active.
Whatever.
It's not activated.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's pure. It's like 97% pure THC.
Oh, so it would have really got me high. Is that what you said? Okay, so it's a good thing I passed it up.
That's what it's supposed to do.
No, there's a certain sort of high. You feel me? Okay, I believe God put this plant on the earth for a reason, okay?
For me and you!
Exactly, but I feel like as humans, we always know how to fuck it up. Like, and we have figured out ways, like, some of this stuff there's no reason I should be drinking what looks like a shot. You feel me? As some smoke. That's crazy to me.
I think
there's no reason why you should be eating a cheeseburger either.
Creator,
cow's meat.
Creator or God, he put this on earth and was like,
play with it?
Fuck it all the way up. He's like, y'all are just still snorting it? So y'all are just smoking it with the fucking leaf? He's like, I want to see y'all slamming that shit.
Like I'm telling you, there's a certain point for me. That's just that's in my eyes. Like, I smoke, but there's a certain point at the end of the night. Bobby's like, you want some more? And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
What's your favorite way of consumption?
I'm old school. Go get me an original swisher. Let me break up my bud.
You're not a pipe person?
Real quick. I mean, I use a pipe for when I'm on the go, you know, if I'm going out somewhere. Because I know not everybody want to be smelling my blunt. So I'll take a pipe when I'm out in public. But
I mean, it all stinks just as bad.
It really does, but one's easier to mask.
I like pens, but I'm also, you don't get as high when you puff them.
And like I said, ever since I got the ceramic, I went to Portland with a friend for her birthday, and the weed out there was super expensive, but I got a cartridge and it was metal, and I came back and I got this like phlegm, like, you know what I mean? So I'm like,
was it good though? Was it good out there? When we went to Vegas, that shit was not good. No dispensary.
And it was waxing too, bro. He said you could have this live resin 1 gram cartridge for $50, and I was like, okay,
we're spoiled out here.
I was right. That's what I told him. I said, wait, hold on. I said I just want a regular cartridge. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really care for live resin. I just want some regular weed. And he was like, okay, so here's this one. And I was like, well, how much is that one? And he was like, 40. And I was like, what? For a gram? I said, that's crazy. I said, because at the Healing Tree, mine are $20 out the door. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, it's a long story, but like, I sell mine for $20 out the door.
He's like, yeah, lady.
So you're...
And you want to tip?
Go down the street.
When it's MT Growers, you're a part owner? Or what? No?
I'm the full owner.
You're the full owner?
I'm the full owner.
Sick. Yeah, she got some red badge.
And then I have my Opal, who is he's my mad scientist and my sales manager. And then I have Robert, who is like part sales manager, part manager, along with my uncle, and the girl. It's the 3 of us.
Damn. And she was doing fucking EMS before this. That was a big jump.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I
tight.
changed from one medical field to the next. next.
Yeah, you were you were seeing the worst, weren't you? Like, what were you doing at that last job?
I was doing wheelchair transport.
Oh, okay.
For the most
I was thinking
part.
like you were on
For
that.
the most part. Now they did.
Strictly gunshots.
No, I wish.
You just stick your finger in that shit.
It would have cured my desire to start my EMT journey.
We could get one cracking right now. Get that.
No, look, Bobby doesn't tell you guys.
Show us your skills.
I should have. So I quit that job after. So I did wheelchair transport. I was taking veterans to and from to their appointments.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them were on dialysis.
Yeah.
A lot of them missing limbs. Heard some of the craziest stories. Made some of the best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like seriously, there was one patient that comes to family dinners and stuff like that. I had 2 of them like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, the way that Big Pharma works, is that I got a heart, and I'm looking at these people, and they're just jacked up on pills, and I'm like, you could just smoke some weed, and just
Especially when
it doesn't do the same. I always ask people that I know who do pills. I ask them like, why, why won't you just smoke weed? Because it doesn't do anything for them.
The weed doesn't.
Not when you've been doing that and your receptors
The
are kind of
pills?
fried out. Yeah. And you need more and more. That's why people are like graduating to fentanyl, because where do you think that starts? Nobody starts doing fentanyl. That shit gradually goes up. And the weed just don't do nothing for them at that point.
I had patients that were also like PTSD and stuff like that. And so now I can kind of see why like that would be an issue.
Do some shrooms.
Hey, but I'm so game for some psychedelics. Okay? So game for some psychedelics. But I can't. I mean, that's a whole nother license. And I don't think I can hold both of them at the same time.
What if you were? Would you try to go for like the first black woman to have a fucking psilocybin?
Hey, when I get to floating,
When she gets to soaring.
when I get out of the water, okay, and I'm back on solid ground, like if I want to have my own dispensary, because like I love distributing to other dispensaries, but if I could have my own, where like you could come to my own, you feel me? I'd still do what I'm doing now, but if I could have my own dispensary, hell yeah. I want to hold the license for my edibles so that I can get a whole dispensary. I got people that, like, when I got this license, I got dope-ass friends, you feel me? And I got, like, artist friends that were reaching out. I was like, yo, I'm super happy for you. Like, let me know when you're ready, and I'll design something for you, like, discounted price. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Like, so I want my own merchandise. Like, I want to do it big.
It's gonna happen.
It's coming.
In due time, it'll happen.
Yeah.
One
step
might
at
not
a
happen.
time.
Yeah, it might not happen when you want it, but it's gonna happen right on time.
No, seriously, it's always the right on time part. I've learned
Hurry.
that.
Hurry the fuck
I
up.
learned that during this last.
20 months later, you're all
Seriously.
got it. Look at me now, bitches.
Hey, if you just had to say that, man.
Yeah.
Like.
He's all, wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. You think God smokes weed? That's fucking. No,
Probably
she's all done.
You think he drives an Escalade too?
He probably has 30s on
He
it.
don't have to drive.
That's what I mean. He don't have to smoke. He could just be like, all right, I want to be high now.
He's all, I'm faded. Say, oh, fuck.
He could just do whatever the fuck he wants.
Creator.
He doesn't have to smoke it.
Look, I'm convinced he put it on this earth for me to cope
Yeah.
with
Hell
the
yeah.
world, because the world is crazy and it's hard, and this industry is a crazy wild ride that I'm on. So
What does weed help you the most with?
probably my anxiety and my anger,
Yeah.
because I used to have really, really bad anger issues. I had to like go do some healing and all that extra good stuff. Y'all go do some healing.
So like I used to bite.
I'm gonna spit out that beer. Used to bite people.
Yeah, it's the bite people.
I used to fight. I was a fighter. So, I have really bad anger issues, and then you like throw my anxiety in there. I don't really like. I used to like to be around crowds. It's probably because I was high all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So like living that party life. Now that I'm older and like I don't like to be around a lot of people. So if I smoke, then you got about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to step outside and smoke a little bit more. And then you got about another 30 minutes. But at the end of the night, you really only have about 2 hours, okay? At hour 2, everybody around me is pissing me off. I think I'm like, nope. And by then, I've smoked my blunt. Or whatever the hell I had. And so I need to go home.
We're like an hour within this podcast, so
The sun's,
you better
the sun's
ask.
banging on
You
me.
better keep asking all the questions, or she's gonna fucking be upset. She's like, you guys irritate
Is she
me.
ready?
No, it's all good.
Oh.
The sun is just gangbanging on you, boy.
Is that
There
better,
you go.
Bubba's?
It's way better. Why don't you do that in the first place?
Because I wanted the sun to bang on you. See.
Bang.
Yeah. I mean, we could keep talking. I could still keep having a conversation whenever you feel like you're done. I don't know. I just want to dig deep into your story now.
Go ahead.
We've talked about your story. Shit. What do you got to say, Matt?
Let me see. What were we just talking about?
Bro, we're leaving all this shit in the fucking podcast.
No, we didn't do this shit.
What were we just talking about? Bro, and none of us said shit.
And I was trying real hard, too.
I think we should end it.
Play that shit back. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
You gotta go somewhere or what?
No, they ain't about to that. It's like,
You
nah.
wanna go? Alright, cool. My bad.
Go ahead, bring up the question. I'm capped out right now.
He said we were supposed to dig deeper into.
No, I mean, yeah, like where are you from?
Where are you from?
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
I'm a Denver native.
Well,
Born in
other
Thornton.
people don't know that shit.
I was born in
Oh, you
Thornton.
might have
Yeah.
actually said you were from Thornton. My bad. See, that's what happens. We just, that's what happens.
That's good. What kind of weed are y'all smoking?
It's
Everyone's.
it's
It's the weed that we're
the
smoking.
weed that's getting passed around.
We gotta get another paper so we could try the
Another paper.
Oh yeah, so we want to do some of your reviews for you on the podcast.
Some of my reviews for me.
Do a review of your product.
Oh, nice. You should.
You just want some free shit.
You should.
For surely, we do want free
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Let's just be real about that.
We want free shit, but we also want to promote.
Anthony knows.
Yeah, that'd be tight. We want to, like, what would you say is your best seller?
You know, honestly, I thought the vape cartridges were gonna I thought those were gonna like fly off the shelves. And in the beginning they did. But my wax and my butter has been the #1 seller right now.
Your wax and your butter?
Mm-hmm.
What flavor, what strains do you have?
He's bringing back some El Chino, I think, El Chavo, something. I don't know.
El Chivo?
El Chivo.
The
That
goat?
one. That one. So he's bringing back some of that. He's bringing back some more honey bananas. I don't know. He's bringing back like 4 or 5 more strains.
I feel so fucking old. When I was in the industry, it's like there was Blue Dream, there
I
was
can't
OG
even.
Kush.
I can't even find Blue Dream in like the regular flower form anymore. I can only find it in
I got
like
Blue Dream right
extracted
there.
anymore.
Yeah, if you want to hit that, I got Blue Dream.
Like,
I can't
honestly,
find the
with
flower
with
anymore.
Some dispensaries,
And
you
that
never
used
know.
to be my favorite.
You
Same.
never know what the actual strain is because these fools just call it whatever they want to call it.
That's
So,
Blue Dream.
yeah, it's Blue
It's all-
Dream. Like,
Everything
yeah.
with terps.
They're like, oh, this is
What
grandma's brownies.
It's the
right
terp.
here.
That's
like,
the blue dream.
Yeah. Well,
Probably wasn't
They
even.
just make up
It
names
probably
at this
wasn't
point.
even blue dream weed.
and correct me if I'm wrong too, though, but like saying indica and sativa is like super fucking vague. I don't even think it's a real thing to be. That's just me saying that as like
I
an
really don't.
expert tender.
Okay.
Because THC is like the gas in the vehicle. Terps are the fucking steering wheel, which way this car going. That's what I feel like for terpenes.
I feel like I just had deja vu because someone at the Cincy party literally explained it the same way that you did with the gas and the steering wheel and all of that.
That's probably the industry thing.
Who knows that guy?
I taught that fool. I was a manager at every single dispensary.
But I
The
now
biggest town.
this is my personal opinion. I cannot smoke indica. It is a true thing for me. If I smoke indica, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep.
It's the terpenes though.
I smoke indica and go to work.
You got to figure out what terpenes you're not.
Well, see,
really
and that's what I'm
agreeing
saying.
with.
I really just like flour.
Yeah.
So, like, I shouldn't have any terpenes on my flour, should I?
Yeah, that's the
Flowers are
natural.
terps.
Yeah, that's the natural. What you're smelling is the terpenes.
Well, before I started any of this, I went by the bag. Then I got into the industry and realized
Give me a lid.
that it didn't matter about the fucking bag 9 times out of 10.
What do you mean you went by the bag?
Like,
The way it
I
looks?
no, like,
Like the
I believe.
percentage on the bag, like, oh,
I
that's
would believe in.
90%.
I would
That's so
believe in
Fake.
Like
Yeah.
it's so crazy the amount of stuff that happens, like that I see on the MED. Like we get these newsletters and it tells us like things to look out for or like an alert or whatever, and it's just crazy to me the shit that people pull.
What I say is trust your eyes and your nose.
That's it.
If it don't look good and if it don't smell good, then it ain't fucking good.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
crazy.
even look at the percentage or the strain.
Well, I didn't
don't look
learn
at
that
none of that
until
shit.
about 20 months ago.
Yeah, I look at it. I look at
Yeah.
it and smell it, and I'm like, all right, this is good. That's how I.
We've been
determine
around
that.
weed
That's-
long enough to know what is Bammer.
I used to bust down the brick.
Smell like 85 and let it, baby.
Get hit in the face with a seed.
I always got my shit from my uncle. I knew it was dang shit. I didn't have to worry about it. And then
You didn't get no gas weed?
my uncle always had gas.
No, I mean like
It smelled like the gas
unleaded.
tank because that's where it came in.
No.
It came over the border in a gas tank.
We got
That shit
gas.
smelled like
Yeah,
gas.
we got this
That's
shit
where
was
that
like
term like really comes from.
vacuum.
Gas.
That shit was vacuum wrapped into someone's bumper.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Gas tank.
See, I
On
never.
an exhaust pipe.
Like I said, I'm just just give me the weed. Just give me
Yeah,
the weed.
look, man, I don't give a fuck what strain it is. Just give me the fucking bag of weed. I got that. What is that? I got that green. I got that Hulk.
Yeah,
What
I
is he
don't care
say?
what the strain is. I go by look and smell.
We go over this every time. Just give me a fucking bag
I
of weed.
trust my senses.
Yeah,
I listen
that's
to that shit.
that's the
Like,
best
yeah.
way to go over it, especially when it comes to concentrates too. Like,
Well, then, like, I learned that it doesn't matter.
no,
Concentrate's all
colors
good.
colors don't matter when
No.
it comes to
They're
concentrates.
just we run it,
Yeah.
and then whatever strain you ran it with, by the time it makes it to that damn cartridge, it's not what it started off as. You know what I mean? It ends with the terpene that you use.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
concentrated.
direction.
And
That's
I'm
what
like-
goes. That's where it goes.
Well, now I'm learning.
If
So
you
if
didn't
this,
concentrate from Reggie,
experience.
that shit would still be good. If you took a brick of
Oh,
brick weed
absolutely.
and you concentrate from it, that shit would be good. 'cause all
no,
concentrate's good.
no, wait now.
No,
I mean, it depends
Hold
on how
on.
it's made, obviously.
Okay, because so I have Robert, that's like my main grow, right? And then I have 2 additional grows that I deal with. And I had gotten when it first opened, I had gotten 2 strains from Robert and then a strain from each of the others. And one of these strains I put in my favorite thing in the shop is the grinder. And I put it in the grinder and it like turned to dust. Okay? And I was like,
It's like Keith.
feel me? I couldn't even like stuff it in a joint, nothing. Like a gram was in a gram joint, a gram's worth of weed was like here because it was just straight powder, you know. So my uncle was like, fuck it, we'll rent it when we get up and rent it. So he ran it on Saturday, and so when I saw him on Monday and he's bringing all this stuff back, he's got this pan and it looks like brown goo. And he was like, I couldn't get it to wet. He was like, we tried everything. They tried to freeze it. They tried to eat it. They tried it just like wouldn't, what is that, crystallize and like form to each other. It just wouldn't stick. So I thought because he had also told me that all weed would, like all of it would just turn into good concentrate. But that batch did not come out.
It's about how you did it. How the fuck did they extract
Yeah,
that?
what extraction process were you
They
using?
probably weren't doing it the right way.
Well, I would hope so, because then the honeybee,
It's always going to be
that
trial
other
and
shit
error.
came out really well.
Always
It is
trial and
trial
error.
and error.
Yeah.
My dad used to make that shit in a non-ventilated area with butane.
That's how you die. That's how you die.
No, seriously, that's why I couldn't get a license over here.
He
for
done
it.
burned his eyebrows off plenty of time.
He's like, that's that OG Kush scar.
Trial and error, that's what it is.
But one of my favorite terpenes was it's almost like, I think it's the indica. Like we could go to the indica way. It's called linalool. That was my favorite shit.
What was it called?
Linalool.
Linalool?
Fuck is that?
I ain't never heard
Linalool.
it either.
Yeah, linalool. It's they all have their own characteristics. The smell. That's the terpenes you're smelling. Some smell sweet. Some smell a little bit peppery. A little bit like lavender. The citrusy ones. Those are that's like limonene. That's like the sativas. That's the shit that gets you like all like, you know what I mean?
Limonene?
Limonene.
Like sheep's wool.
Limonene. There's pinene. There's some that smell like pine trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the terps right there.
Bud that smells like cactus.
every-
That shit
yeah.
was the fire.
Yeah, and all of those have
My
their
goodness.
yeah, like linalool. They all smell different. So linalool smells almost like spicy and like flowery. You know what I mean? And that's if you smell the shit, you're gonna know what kind of high you're getting if you know about your terpenes. If it smells like real citry, like fucking sweet lemon haze or
Sweet lemon haze?
oof, like a
I
lemon
like the
haze.
pungent
you know?
shit where you can
Yes.
like smell it entering the room.
There was this one bud that I used to like. It was called
That's what I like.
lemon skunk. That was my favorite shit.
Yeah.
It used to stink fucking delicious. But I don't know. That's what.
Should I've had bud that tasted like spearmint.
Yeah.
It was called spearmint.
And how was that?
Pretty good. It wasn't as good as the fucking cat piss though.
There's so many different fucking terpenes.
bread.
It's cool to learn about all that shit. That's when I was in the industry. That's really all I was learning about. It's just like the direction of how you could control your highs.
Yeah.
Just like some people were just like, oh, I want to use that one. And when I first joined the fucking industry, I would get upset because people would come in.
I want to see everything and smell everything
Yeah.
and learn about everything.
Well, they'd
Hate
come
that
in.
shit, 'cause
They'd
I know
come
what
in.
I want. Let me get in front of him.
They'd come in. I want a joint. That's it.
No, I
Sorry.
know what else I want. I got it yesterday.
They would come in, and I worked down the block right here, and they would come in and be like, I want something like that. It's like really good for like my head high, you know what I mean? But it's like also like really good for like a body high.
He's all wait, so you just want weed?
And like kind of like a citrusy flavor, but like you know like not too overbearing though. And it's like, bro, this ain't fucking Starbucks. Shut the fuck
You want
up.
a venti?
I would get upset, but that's the way the industry is going. It's like you could literally make up a fucking concoction now with just added terpenes.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Yeah, I'm learning that, and it's
tight.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
the
it's tight.
machines that we have are fucking crazy too.
Yeah, and these terpenes, they might taste different, but they have their own medicinal benefits too. Like some of them are going to put you to sleep. Some are anti-inflammatory, help with your tummy. It's not just indica and sativa. That's such a vague term. It's fucking beautiful. Weed is dope. I just love to learn about the science when it comes to
Weed,
weed.
and if it's good, it's good.
Weed is
That's why they
tight.
legalize
Weed
it.
is tight.
They should just legalize it.
What do you think is going to happen when they legalize it?
It'll be legal.
I'll be able to cash a check without them shutting down the bank accounts.
That they're going to let everyone out of fucking jail because of it?
No.
The people who have like those
No,
outstanding
because
crimes?
they've been institutionalized and it would be at a risk to society if somebody had been in jail for 10 years to just let him out because shit might have happened to him in there. That,
Oh yeah, for 100%, something happened.
so
to
they
them.
would exonerate some people, but some people would stay.
They would have to get on some social
Obviously,
equity
if you-
program
if
to
you
get
went-
out of prison.
If you were just in there for bud and then you went in there and like choked out your Sally and murdered him, obviously you ain't getting out again because you done caught a worse charge. But like, there's a lot of that shit happens.
Yeah.
But you will catch extra charges in there that are worse than the weed.
That would be fucking dope if they just I don't know. We could talk about that. We have one of our viewers who was talking about the decriminalization of
She had
drugs.
the opinion that it would if all drugs were legalized, that it wouldn't reduce crime, that it would actually contribute to like more child abuse and like things of that sort. But I would say that I don't think it would.
Explain. I know you want to talk about this.
I don't know. I had a point, but
I'm stoned. He's like, but I'm high.
I was waiting.
I
Wrong.
super duper had a point.
He's almost there.
The anxiety's killing me.
I don't necessarily agree with it. I just don't think that it would. It's like I just don't think so, but I don't have a reason. Yeah.
He's all cap. Well, I feel when it
I don't know
comes.
because people are already abusing drugs and they're already doing that at a rate. If you made it not a crime to where if you had to do shady shit to get your drugs, or you know what I mean?
You didn't have to do shady
Well,
shit.
yeah, and when you do shady shit, to do shit like that, it makes you feel like you gotta do shady shit in other parts of life. Like, I honestly think it would fix a lot of some of that shit. People that abuse their kids and shit like that is from stress. And if you didn't have to stress so much that like, oh shit, what I'm doing is illegal, what I'm doing is frowned on. If you didn't have that stress on your shoulders, there wouldn't be a stigma around it. So I think it would be a stress reliever. And obviously if you relieve stress of the population, those type of crimes would probably go down. But mental health is a real thing, and some of them motherfuckers are gonna beat their kids no matter what.
According to this article that I'm reading, it said November 2020, Oregon is the first state to not fully decriminalize drugs in all drugs in small quantities.
Amounts, yeah.
I wonder
That's
what
crazy because I was just in Oregon a couple weeks ago, and then people are. It's like every walk of life out there.
Yeah.
Like I literally saw every walk of life. We went to the SZA concert, and I think we were the oldest people there.
Damn,
it was
real?
crazy, and they did it at the Moderna.
And
it
Motor
was
Center? The Motor Center where the Portland Trailblazers play?
Yeah.
Fuck the Portland Trailblazers.
And it was sold out, but I swear we were like the oldest people there. But I saw every walk of life there. But we went to this bar called The Pharmacy. It was super cool. It was probably one of the only things that was open. Everything closed at 10:30 out there.
Fuck.
But it was super cool in there
You
too.
need drugs to get by out there.
It's like, this is boring. I'm hungry. All I'm gonna do is just fucking ounce of blow. Say,
Everybody was super cool.
that
Let's
sucks.
eat this meth.
But yeah,
So
Oregon.
what is their crime rate now then?
That's what I'm curious about. Is what people are saying. Like Uruguay is one of the ones who, I think it was since like the 70s, right? That they're fully decriminalized, and maybe.
But is the
That's crazy.
manufacture and sale of it decriminalized? There's not like
I don't-
stores you can get it at.
No, you're not gonna buy heroin or
But that's
fucking
what I
meth
mean.
at
The
7-Eleven.
manufacturing and sales is still a crime.
It's
If that
decriminalized.
wasn't a crime and it was like taxable.
It's not legalized.
Yeah.
It's decriminalized, so it's like if you get caught with it, I think it's up to the judge's discretion to be like, you shouldn't have this on you.
That's-
You
But
have
really,
like,
aren't we already there? Because
we're almost there.
Decriminalizing it doesn't take out the element the middleman element that cut their shit with harmful shit.
Yeah, that's
So
fucking gross.
if it was legal to manufacture and sell it, then you can get it straight from a source without it being stepped on by who knows what.
Would you be okay with buying some like legal cocaine? That was like
Don't
pure.
ask me that.
He's all weird.
I'm not even against buying illegal cocaine.
Well,
It's medicinal.
Ashley,
medicinal properties. Have you ever cut yourself and it hurt?
Well, check this out. What if
Paper cut, just dab a little
What
You
is
have a bump on there, you ain't gonna feel your paper cut.
well? What is what in Colorado right now? What schedule is acid LSD? Isn't it like a class 1?
No, isn't it? Isn't it at the?
Schedule
You could-
two.
Yeah,
It's a schedule
Yeah.
2.
it's Schedule 2.
Well, what
Which is crazy
how
to me.
how would you feel? Yeah,
That I'm, like I said,
weed is a
I
schedule
am
1.
game
Yeah.
for psychedelics. Anything that's come from like, LSD on the paper. I mean, yeah, we put it on the paper, but the effects are the same as when you're first born and right before you die. Like that is something that you produce on your own.
DMT.
I
I'm talking about.
I have tried DMT before. I have tried DMT twice willingly, a third time accidentally. That was a
What?
I
crazy
thought you were
ride.
saying willingly, and then the other time with force.
Forcefully.
No.
What
Forcefully.
happened? What unknowingly?
accidentally?
Yeah. What happened then?
Okay,
Go over that
so-
story.
Bro, I want to accidentally get some free shit.
Come on, bro.
God
I
damn.
have this, my neighbor, he probably wouldn't mind, my neighbor Brant.
Dropped his name.
Look, cause
Thomas.
I'm finna get Brant. That's my guy.
Alright, what
Like
up, dude?
he's one of my
Howdy,
closest
neighbor.
friends. He actually helped my dad start his landscaping company. Like taught my dad everything that he knows. He's our age. I'm sure if we meet, like you guys meet him one of these events, you guys would fucking y'all be cool.
What's he banged?
Nothing. He's a white boy. I grew up north, remember, on the north side of Denver, not the north side
Alright.
of Denver.
Pretty cool, man.
He's cool as white boy. Anyways, he had been asking. I had gotten some DMT, and I had been sitting on it for a long time because, like, I just had to. You got to build your courage up for that. Like, you got to be in the right mind state for that shit. And so I had taken it, and I told him I had taken it, and he was like, "I want to take some." So I had already taken some acid. My parents were out of town. They were like in Black Hawk or some shit. I had the house to myself.
Wait, what?
My little brother is down. He lives downstairs in the basement, right? So it's just me and my brother. So I'm already taking some acid, and I'm like, bro, if you want it, like you can have it. I was taught to take it and sprinkle it on the bowl if you just wanted like a light hit.
The
You know what I
DMT?
mean? Yes, and
Yeah.
that's what he wanted. He just wanted like a light hit. So I had put a little bit on the bowl, and he hit it, and poor Brett, he wasn't in the right mind state for that. And so he just kind of like sat on the couch, and it only lasts 15 minutes, like true shit.
In physical form.
Yeah.
In eternity.
I was like, I just sat there, I just sat there and waited for him. And
Poor
like,
dude.
he was like, he had this crazy fucking music going on, and I was like, bro, change the music. Like, you're making me feel weird. You know what I mean? Like the music, when you're,
Yeah.
and you're already not like, you can't be playing with that shit like that when you're like in those altered states.
Did I hear you wrong though? You were already?
I was on acid.
And then you fucking accidentally took DMT?
Listen, okay,
Oh my God.
I
That's
did
just robo trip.
because
God was like, what are you doing here?
listen, I said,
What's up?
So I waited for Brant to get down, and he was like, yo, I think I'm gonna just go to bed. I'm gonna call it a night. It's like 7
I
o'clock.
feel trying to sleep away his trip, but
Sounded like that. That ate like 3,200 milligrams and was like, I gotta go to sleep for this.
Trying to sleep off my trip.
Hope you're not busy for a
Crazy.
month.
Yeah, hands
Yeah.
clammy, sweating,
Mean.
all that good jazz.
So what happened
So,
to Brent? He died.
He said he was gonna go to sleep. I was like, all right. So I go. He literally lived right across the street. So I went walk across the street. This is when I'm smoking cigarettes. This was also the last day I smoked cigarettes. Like I for real. Okay, so I sit down, smoke a cigarette. I don't have any music on. I don't think I'm listening to anything. It's quiet. It's real quiet. And I hit the bowl, but I didn't clear the bowl. I forgot I didn't clear the bowl. So I hit it, and I go to smoke the cigarette, and then it goes like, a little bit, and then like the world went gray, and I felt like I was in like a newspaper or something, like an old school cartoon or something, and then like I could hear everything. I could hear the sirens, the dogs, the screaming, the cars, all of it, and I was like,
Oh shit.
no.
That's
I
crazy.
was like, I gotta get to my room.
Gave you that Jesus level dose.
So I go to hit the
Got a sensory
cigarette.
overload.
I go to hit the cigarette again, but the way that it's burning, it looks really fucking weird. It's like, it just looks like it just looks dirty. Like, I knew I needed to stop smoking cigarettes. I had been smoking cigarettes for a long, long time. But I was fighting myself. I would always quit, and then I'd like, something would piss me off 3 or 4 days later, and I'd go get a whole new pack or something like that, and then it would start back over. So I was like going through that battle with myself, and it just looked real gross that day. And I was like,
Nice.
yeah, I think I'm good. And so I put it out, and then I tried to like attempt to walk up the stairs, and I'm sure that took me about 10 minutes. I ended up crawling. And then I got to the stairs.
So looking through the window.
Wait, I get to my bed, okay, and I close the door because I hear my brother come in the front door, and I'm like, well, I can't let him see me like this. Like, my little brother, he's a nurse.
Oh fuck.
He's a children's nurse, okay? I'm
He's
like,
a
oh,
gay Lord
God,
fucker.
no.
Gaylord fucker.
So I hurry, I crawl into my room, and I close the door, and I climb on the bed, and the lights on, and I'm not facing my door. And I have my headphones in, and I'm listening to music because that's what always brings me down anytime. And for everybody out there, if you start to have a bad trip, listen to some good music, not that crazy wild shit out there. But
Nort.
But I had my
Project
headphones
Pat.
in, and I was listening to music, and then I heard a knock at the door, but it was inside my headphones, like it was louder than my music.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't answer that.
Oh
Don't
my
answer
god.
the door, don't answer it. Don't answer it. And I had to pray my way through that one. That one, because I was on acid, that one was like,
Holy shit.
that took me, it was not a 15-minute ride. That was like a 35, 40-minute ride.
You're waiting for your body's all trying to metabolize it. You're
I
all
was like, freaking out. So yeah, and then
what happened to Brent?
I know,
What's
that's
his
what I was
name?
about to
I
say.
thought he was at the door.
She
He's
goes
like,
outside and the house is on fire.
I'm fucking.
She's like, there's a fly in there.
Poor Brant, he woke up and went to work the next day. Brant's a
On a
thug.
work night?
Brant's a thug.
That sounds pretty savage.
Okay, Brant's a thug. That was my guy when we were neighbors. We're not neighbors anymore, but we're still friends. He comes over for like game night and whatever. But I'm totally down for psychedelics.
What happened though?
I-
What happened to your story?
I
Still,
don't ever
who was at
ask-
the door?
I didn't ever check the door because I don't know what
It was
on
the
the other
devil.
side of the door. I didn't know. You asked what happened, and that was that. I sat there and I listened to music and I prayed. Like
Who's
nobody
those
ever
pesky
came through the
Jehovah's
door.
Witnesses?
I'm in my bed. They shouldn't have been in my house.
Hey, they're persistent.
I never checked the door because
They were
I,
at your home
They don't
door.
need a warrant.
They were at your front door.
I don't think anybody was ever at the door because, like I said, it was louder than my music.
Yeah.
It's like the music stopped and I heard a knock, like someone was at the door, and I was like, don't, because like I was not in the right mind state to be on acid and DMT, and I don't ever encourage that shit. Like that was
Damn.
wild, and so I never answered the door.
That's called double dipping.
I was gonna say that,
Now,
but
the
that's
one
something
time-
else.
Now, the one time willingly that I took DMT, convinced my dead grandmother of 15 years,
I
hopped
remember
in the
the
car.
story,
Yeah,
yeah.
we talked about
It's a
that.
good story.
Yeah.
Tell us that story. Come on, tell her the story.
I took some DMT like over by Sloan's Lake in the car. I didn't have no business doing it. I was at an Airbnb and I had taken it and I like got the beam in. You always get the beam. So like I closed my eyes and it's dark. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And I hear and see the light in the car come on and the door open. And I'm like fucking freaking out. It's like I'm by myself. There's no reason. I was going through some shit. I was like looking for some shit, y'all. Like, I don't know what I was looking for. I'm convinced I found it that night because that was the night that I was like, I'm good. I'm so good. But in climbed my grandmother who's been dead since I was a junior in high school. She was like, what's up, attitude? And I was like, because that's what she called me. And I was like freaking the fuck out. And we had a conversation for the whole 15 minutes, and then when it was over, she gave me a hug, she gave me a kiss, and she got out of the car, and then the trip was over.
That was a real encounter. You just went to the spiritual plane. That's tight.
Yeah, I'm good. Come on. It was what I was looking for. Like I said, I was looking for something. I didn't know necessarily what I was looking for, but after that, I was like, I'm good on DMT forever.
You're done
I'm
on
good
DMT?
on DMT forever. I'm like, y'all, I encourage it. If you're looking for something, or if you like.
Was that your ego death that you needed?
I think that was.
Via grandma?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to go looking for shit that I don't want to find. I'll probably stay away from DMT.
He's like,
Well, and then so I used to do cocaine like heavily, like all the time. And acid turned that shit around for me.
what was it? What was that experience?
Well, it was just like a feeling inside of me first that like, I was like, what the hell? I just knew I didn't want to live the way that I was living. And my mom used to ask me every Sunday for years, the whole time that I had this problem, if I wanted to go to church, and I never told her. I would always be like, "No, I'm good." But I like grew up captain of my dance team in my church. Then my grandmother died, and I stopped going to church. So there was that. So I ended up going to church with her that day. It was a really good day. I went to the house, and I locked myself in the room, and I took a half tab of acid, and it was like a roller coaster. I was listening to music, and it was like a roller coaster. And I climbed in this buggy with someone I thought looked like me, but I couldn't like really put myself on it. And so we got to like this platform, and like I'm riding with the music, because that was where that's where I belong. I dance for my church.
Yeah. Did you have your eyes closed? Were you sitting there?
Well, I'm convinced I had my eyes closed, but I remember looking at my ceiling. Like, I remember, like, that's when I, like, got lost in the trance. Like, I was looking at the ceiling fan, and it was going in a circle. I remember that, and then I just remember...
Just projecting.
Like, out of there.
Tight.
And so then I got to this platform, and at this platform was younger me dancing. And then we walked through this door, and I had a good, long conversation with God upstairs. I seen this COVID shit happening years ago.
What? Hold on, let's
I didn't know it was
start with
COVID. I didn't know it was COVID, but it was like the world was on fire. And like the shit that's happening right now, like around the world, like it's like the world is on fire right now.
The world's been on
Fucking,
fire
have you
for a
seen
while.
have you seen Paris? What's happening in Paris? They're like they're protesting, like setting shit on fire. Their trash hasn't been picked up in 12 days. Nobody's going to work out there.
Right now?
Right now.
God damn.
They broke into the Louis Vuitton headquarters with torches last night.
Damn, that's crazy. With torches, what, did they burn it? Or did
I
they
didn't see
steal?
the aftermath of what happened. I caught it on Twitter.
That's crazy.
There's a new French law. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
What's the law?
Trying to look it up.
Something about their retirement going from 64 to 66.
Damn, nah, it can't be just that.
Well, no, that's what I remember reading. We caught that part. It was their retirement, and then there was something. It's something else, but it like didn't even go through like Congress or anything, like made a voter on it. He just came in there and was like, "This is what's happening."
Order,
Yeah.
I mean, any president could do that.
Well, I don't know what it's like in
Like,
Paris.
that's why you gotta kind of watch it. That's why I don't vote. Because I don't want to be the one responsible for putting a motherfucker that just takes retirement away. Like, you know what I mean?
And then Ukraine and Russia, that just gets hotter and hotter. I don't think people are really paying attention.
The shit's getting hectic.
Yeah. So like just around the
Their
world, like I
de-dollarization.
seen this shit on fire.
They're
like,
all
it's
dropping
crazy.
the dollar and shit.
Yeah, a lot of people are dropping the
They
dollar
ain't
right
fucking
now.
with it, man. And it's not like they
And-
ain't fucking with us. They ain't
hey,
fucking with our government.
But the government's fucking with us
Yeah.
The cryptocurrency killers. Y'all know that there's gonna be a new Cash App.
Feds.
The
Because they got that dude, yep.
There's a new Fed.
There's
And they
it's
tried to
Fed
say-
Now or something like that,
they
or
tried
Now
to
Fed
say-
or some shit like
They
that.
tried to say the shit was random. That shit was not a random
Stop
attack.
playing
now
with
they're
me.
now they're saying that he knew the dude.
I
and
watched
he
this
knew the
shit on
dude's sister
Scandal.
or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
now he knows the people.
Now he knows the dude. And he
Oh
knew
yeah,
that-
he said that. We read an article that said they were like co-workers or some shit like that.
some shit like that.
And they got into a disagreement,
over a chick or some shit.
and one got out of the car and the other one followed him and stabbed him.
Yeah. It
That
was
sounds
some.
about
It
right.
sounded like some other deeper.
It
shit,
sounded
though.
like some shit that we seen on Scandal because we watched Scandal. Shonda Rhimes is the bees.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
It's
Is it
about the
YouTube or.
no. It's a show. It came on ABC, but it's
Oh, see, I don't got cable.
no. We watched it on Hulu.
Oh, I got that.
Okay, it's about the
On
president.
live.
No,
Hulu, like the
you could go.
premium.
You got Hulu.
I got Hulu, but not like
Okay.
with live TV.
You don't have to have live TV.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you could just go watch it
Off the-
because it was a show that came on a long time ago. But it's about the president, and Kerry Washington plays Olivia Pope, and she handles the president's scandals.
Mm.
Oh, she handles that.
And so if you need somebody killed, they have they call it B613, but in reality, it's the CIA. And if you need something handled, B613 takes care of it. I was like, oh, I was just like reading the article, and it's like some shit that they would say as a news article in the show Scandal, and I was like,
Yeah.
right.
Did you see the video of him getting
Life,
stabbed?
art imitates life.
There is a video of
There
him
is a
getting
video.
stabbed.
Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they're like putting it out yet. It would be on
I
World Star
heard of
by
the
now.
video. Yeah, I've heard of the video that they have like a 2-minute long video of him being
That
stabbed.
should be that shit would be on World Star right now. It probably is.
Sounds about right though. He's fucking probably dicking down dude's lady or something, and
So
fucking
isn't there
fucking
the only
whammies
one?
him.
The only one left would be Zell.
That's what I'm saying. It was them Zal motherfuckers that did it.
Wait, they killed other people too though? What are you talking about?
No, like
That's Cash
all
App.
those cryptocurrency.
What about Venmo?
Strangers, they're all gone.
Isn't
down.
Venmo? Didn't something happen to the Venmo owner or founder?
Thought we-
There's a whole list. Bobby didn't send you this video. You
That's
just
me.
send me this stuff. I'm like
That's
talking
the
to you.
dude. That's the dude who likes the Asian massage parlors.
Like all of those, like Bitcoin, like all the cryptocurrency
I don't think
owners
anything
and
happened to
founders
the owner.
are either dying, they go up missing, and then they end up dead.
And they don't really. I don't think they really fully know who
Is doing it.
invented Bitcoin, because it's like an alias.
That sounds good though.
What?
You put it under an alias.
Yeah, just so they wouldn't come try to smoke them. You see, like the dude who invented the car that runs on water or something. They smoked that fool. They don't like progress.
Yeah, they don't like innovation when it comes to like opposition of how it's already going.
If you found a cure for cancer, a company would buy it and then put it on the shelf.
I heard that
They
they
wouldn't let people know that they have the cure for cancer because the other shit caught like they make so much money off it.
That's just wild. I don't really care. I don't fucking know, bro. I just want to sit here and smoke some weed and have a podcast. It's just scary. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen, especially with that Fed now and like how our transactions are gonna be like monitored. Basically, you order
They
something off
always kind
fucking
of have been though, like with your bank.
with the bank, yeah. But I guess it's gonna go from the bank to the fucking Feds now,
Ain't no
and then
secret.
to
Even with Cash App,
secret.
right
And
now,
then
you
the-
have to file taxes
yeah,
Yeah.
on Cash App.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
So they always
Or-
wanna
Filing
track your
taxes.
money.
You only
I don't-
got like 3 days to file your taxes.
Isn't there a loophole though? Like if you put like it's for food or clothes or something like that. I think it's for food or lunch, something like that. Like you could get money
Really?
like that through Venmo. or
Well,
fucking-
somebody needs to expose that
Cash
because
App.
I didn't know.
Well, no, like I think private transactions aren't the ones being tracked. It's like the
I see people who do that
transactions
shit
of
all the time.
$700 or more, right?
I think you have to have, if you've sent $600 or more in a year, you have to file taxes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We should have filed taxes like a mug.
I think
You got like 3 days, but I gotta file my shit on Monday because I didn't even do them last year.
That's
I
you
also
don't
don't-
have to.
I
You
saw
could
how
still
much
I also
file.
don't think that starts until next year.
What?
Like the
Cash App
filing
thing?
of the taxes.
They've
I think
been
it's on
sending me.
there. I think it's on there right now, but I think like next year they're going to force you to do the filing your taxes.
Yeah, I gotta pay my.
Like, what do you mean force me?
Like
What you
my
mean?
old head uncles and
They're
my
like
dad.
knocking at the hey fool, file your taxes back.
Well, don't
They'll fuck you
don't
up.
mess around with them
Penalize you.
taxes.
Yeah,
I
penalize
know.
you.
Look,
I
I
already know.
had.
They already threatened me.
Bro, so how about they amended my taxes last year. I was supposed to get like $4,700, okay? And then they amended it. They said that one of my numbers was swapped, okay?
It's like, so you get
So
$47.
So then it went down to 19, okay? So I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. So I take the 19. So then I go to file my taxes this year, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna hire somebody. I hire somebody that's done my taxes before. And I give her the updated information that they sent me in the mail, right? And she like puts the information in. We go to sleep. She calls me the next day and she goes, "It's rejected." And I was like, "That's what they sent me." And she was like, "Babe, do you have a different number?" So I pull up my TurboTax, like my documents from last year, and they are the same shit that I put in last year. And I'm like, I wonder if this will work. So I give her the shit that I had from last year. And it worked. So I told her, I was like, so what about the $4,200 that I was supposed to get back last year that they said I had fucked up on? And she was like, well, you could amend it. And that process takes like 2 years.
Yeah. Of
I said, let's
course.
keep that $4,700.
It's gonna take another
47 is
Yeah.
1500.
Another
Yeah, it took. I didn't get
20
my taxes
months.
for last year. I didn't get my taxes for last year until a week before we left for the Bahamas. So like December.
Perfect. And right on
It
time.
was right on time, but
I
I'm
didn't
just
file
saying.
mine last year because when I was going to, and when I saw how much I owed, I just closed my laptop. And
I don't
I
even-
fucking threw it.
Bro, I
was
get-
yeah, I haven't opened my laptop since.
I don't know about you guys, but I get fucking like crazy anxiety every time I go check my mail or look at my bank account. You don't get anxiety?
No, but when I look at my like tax shit, I do now. Fuck.
I have a good tax guy. So I don't really
I
worry
need
about
to
it.
get a tax guy. Hook me up.
I'll hook
Dude,
you
you
up.
should really.
I'm pretty
file your
sure.
taxes.
I'm going to.
Pretty
Okay.
sure my tax
You can
guys.
do it every 3 years. You don't have to do
Legit.
it like every single year.
Oh,
So I
that's
was
good.
like, whatever. I'm just gonna throw my
Okay,
laptop
that's
against the
good.
wall.
Because I was like, that. I know they got Wesley Snipes bad.
But did they though? Because didn't Dave Chappelle say he saw him at a party, like when he was supposed to be in jail? He's like, I saw him go at a party. That's when he's not in jail.
But I think
He's
they
all-
got him for. I think they got that
That
money
meme?
bag.
Oh, they got that. Well, yeah, they
That's
the
getting
money,
that
man.
ass
I guess.
in the celeb world, anyways.
I mean, but he should have been paying taxes in the first place, I guess. Motherfuckers that make like too
They
much
make
money
too
should be
much
paying taxes.
Absolutely.
Like, fuck.
I don't think taxes should be paid at all.
If I paid
No,
30%,
seriously, I
y'all
work
should be
for
paying
this shit.
30%.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really believe in taxes either, but then how the fuck are roads gonna get? There's just gonna be a pothole every 3 feet.
Print more money. So,
But I feel like
Go
we
back
pay
to
a lot
horses,
for
kid.
taxes, especially right now. Like when eggs was $12 a carton, that shit was outrageous.
You could buy
But
a chicken
how-
for cheaper.
my eggs were always expensive. I
It's
buy.
usually
I get the like
You
the
get the
past,
bougie eggs.
I get
The
though.
brown ones,
the pasteurized. You know what I mean?
The
The
brown, the Aztec
the
warrior
farm
eggs.
ones.
the violent free
The
eggs.
brown Aztec.
I get the good eggs. I want like a really orange yolk.
But so
I don't want to.
They were taxing the fuck out of us on these eggs, right? But how are we in debt?
We're in debt because of.
And like,
I know.
like so we're in.
That's why they're
but
dropping the
how?
dollar.
When we pay so much on taxes.
Hey,
I
hey.
don't know.
So when
And
you
the
can
roads
find
are
somebody
shit.
to tell you
let's
how.
go back to the industry, the marijuana industry. Where the fuck
Is
are
the
all
money,
of our money?
because
is money
my
going?
son's laptop for at home schooling was shit, and he is in Thornton. Like,
Bro, I
that's
don't.
supposed to be the nicer, the white schools. You know what I mean?
I can't tell you how many times I've bent my 20s driving down Federal.
Yeah, but imagine how many more times you would if we weren't paying taxes. You wouldn't even be able to have 20s. You'd have to have tans, but you'd have to keep them clean though.
Yeah, they tan.
But yeah, I don't know where the money's going, other than the $1 million parks that they keep building.
I guess
It's
you could
going
chill at
into-
the park and get high.
And I hear downtown is supposed to be moving. Like they're moving downtown
What?
to like South Broadway. And like this downtown area
What do you mean they're
is
moving
gonna
it?
be like
Or like
another.
homes.
Yeah, they're getting ready to
That's
tear
'cause
down
nobody
Elitch's and
nobody
throw
wants to
up.
work at an office no more.
They're getting ready to tear down Elitch's and throw up
Mhm.
$500,000 condos.
Yeah.
And
Village
so,
is gonna move like towards
but
the
have
airport.
you been downtown recently? There's not much down there. Everything is moving like.
Nobody's working in the office no more. Everybody wants to work from home.
Me. I want to work from home. I don't want to go around people.
Bro, everybody's
I fucking hate being around people.
The thing about it though is like you gotta get out of your comfort zone. Like everybody's just getting lazy. Nobody wants to do
I've
nothing.
been out
I
of
wanna
my
work in
comfort zone.
Slippers. Like, fuck out of here.
I was getting shot at my last. I was getting shot at my last job. I like being home
Fool,
now.
you liked getting shot at. You would always be all excited. Like, fool.
I'd hit you up every night, like, bro, guess what?
He lived for that shit. Don't even give me that.
I mean, I'm outside
tell you
every
someone
day
If
at
it
work.
paid more, you would still do it.
I'm
I'm
not even
outside
lying.
every day at work, and when I go meet these people, half the time I don't want to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like what?
I'm not lazy.
I don't like people.
I don't
I
even
just
want
like-
to.
No, I mean,
People-
I'm talking.
I don't even
I'm
wanna-
generalizing.
I don't even
A lot
want to
of
do a
people are
Zoom
lazy.
chat. I don't even want to do a Zoom chat.
That's just your own. Like you're just an introvert. I'm an introvert too, but
I'm an introverted, forced introvert. Like I have an extrovert personality, but when I get around people, I'm like, you guys are bummers.
you aspire to be an extrovert.
I would say so.
You're an aspiring extrovert,
For surely.
an amateur. Extrovert. You're just dipping his toes in right now.
I would definitely say that.
Dun,
Like,
dun.
I just don't like being around people. When I worked in that office space, like when I worked at that last job, everyone was all chill and shit, and I just got out of security and like fucking fools up and being like in the field. You know what I mean? That shit was a different transition. I was sitting next to people that all just all chill, typing, and I'm like,
Ready to swing on one of them?
y'all ain't tripping? Y'all ain't scared right now?
It's so aggressive, homie.
For real, no. I had to fucking acclimate myself to their energy because my shit was so spiked at that
And
time, and I'm like,
so draining.
yeah, hell yeah, I would be so fucking tired at the end of the day. I'd
You're
be
just
like,
exhausted.
are y'all cool? Like, I feel like your quiet is just really aggressive,
Right.
and that's what I would feel like.
It's a lot
Fuck,
of
I'm tripping.
hostility outside.
What's up?
A lot of hostility outside.
Yeah,
Ton of it.
shrooms,
Please.
and weed.
Please.
Yeah,
But
I'm
no, everybody wants beer and cocaine.
Oh yeah, I would have
Or
to
shots
smoke.
of cocaine.
Oh, oof, shots.
That's the worst. We went to opening day.
What?
Man.
Shots of cocaine?
Shots and cocaine.
Oh, I was like, shots of cocaine. Lead me the way.
Where they do that at?
Yeah, later, brother. Later, Tony. Tony's
I gotta
here.
go deliver a bed frame.
He has to go deliver a bed frame. Hey, do me a favor, bro.
Yeah.
Before you leave,
Look, somebody called.
you should, hold up. You should go deliver that bed frame for me.
I messaged you to beer me.
Later, brother.
Beer me, bud.
From also you need to deliver? I don't see that.
Actually, since we're stopped right now, I'm gonna get up and get a beer.
Let's take a little break. We're back. We took a little break. Had a good time. Fucking over here laughing and stuff.
And stick.
And stuff. These motherfuckers are dosed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's just you two. Like you guys make me laugh. He's funny, and he has funny friends, and so.
What you mean I'm funny?
The fuck you mean?
Funny?
Funny how?
Funny
Like
how?
a clown?
Funny looking.
That's fucked up.
I'm here, clown. I'm here to fucking amuse you.
You guys are entertaining. Is that a better word?
Yeah.
You guys are entertainers. You guys are very.
And we
good at
entertain
it.
ourselves. This is what we do. We just be bullshitting with each other. Just
Just having a good time.
yeah.
Talk about cocaine
What?
and DMT.
That's been coming
Acid.
up a lot lately. Man,
I think every episode we talked about coke.
Why? What?
I've never
it
never
sells
done it.
itself, right? I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I like my nose. There's
yeah,
like
I've
a
never done
permanent
it.
hole in there. You know.
You got two of them though.
Two
Got
holes.
in your nose.
Two noses?
Well, and then so you got a bridge in there. This thing here, yeah. Well, there's like a big old hole in mine.
Yeah.
I
There's a
did, that's
hole.
how much I did.
There's a
Oh,
hole
okay.
in
I
your
burned a
septum.
hole in there.
In
Yeah,
the
it's
septum.
moderation, guys. Moderation.
Yeah, but that has a way of like grabbing you by the horns and riding you out to the ground.
That's a demon.
No, seriously.
Yeah. So, is there any other drugs you like besides psychedelics? It's like, get down with some heroin.
You know, but I do enjoy a good muddy cut.
All right.
I like lean.
Oh,
In college, I used to take it and like seal my blunt
Yeah.
with it.
some triple C.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Oh,
I
no.
do not like those. Those
That's Babby.
I thought those things were like. I tried those, and then there was like I don't even remember. Like there was a whole day I don't remember, but like I was active. We was doing shit like going out to places and like getting dinner and food and shit. Like I don't remember none of it. Now it's like
It's like the limitless pill.
I'm super good off that. But if so, I don't ever want it again.
I would love to take the
But I
limitless
would
pill.
love something like that if I could remember it. I don't like not remembering shit.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really like to like get stupid blackout drunk.
I don't
Give me
like.
some wine.
Yeah. Wine gives me a fucking headache.
Which wine are you drinking?
I don't like wine either.
Anything with the histamines in it?
I don't like it. It makes my mouth dry and it just.
Are you drink? You sound like you're drinking a red wine.
Bro,
I
I
like
was
the
at-
fruity ones.
No, I drink white wine like a Moscato or something.
Moscato.
It's cool, but if I drink too much, it'll dry my mouth. The other day though, I was at a fucking 7-Eleven. You know how they got like wine in there now? I saw a motherfucking Snoop Dogg wine. I was like, what?
And it's actually really good.
No, it's a
One of
red.
the
It's a
flavors
red
I had.
wine.
Yeah, I heard that Snoop
It's
Dogg
good.
wine is fire.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
If they sell that shit in 7-Eleven,
Why
I
would-
was like, what?
Well, they passed that law.
Next to the Trojans.
Yeah.
They passed that law where they can sell wine and
Market.
beer in all
Yeah.
the convenience stores
And
shit now.
alcohol.
So now they got like a wine rack.
That
in,
alcohol
like,
ain't real
convenience stores.
alcohol though.
No,
Yeah,
that alcohol,
they don't have
like that
real-
Fireball.
It's
that
watered
shit's
down.
doo-doo, bud.
It's like water with cinnamon flavor.
There's a reason
Yeah, I
why.
bought like one of them little sleeves
Yeah.
from
We
like
did
Walmart
too.
of Fireball. That shit's doo-doo.
There's
We bought
a-
one
yeah.
from 7-Eleven and it said Fireball on it, and we were like, "This is trash."
Yeah.
And then we went in like a month later over by the one at Chubby's, and we went like a week later, and it had the sleeve still, but it doesn't say Fireball on it anymore.
It said whiskey.
It just says whiskey.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
say
they
whiskey.
probably
Oh no,
they're
is
probably
that
not
what it
allowed to
is?
call it Fireball because that shit's
It's-
goofy. That
yeah.
shit's disgusting.
There's
It's
a
like
reason
water
why they
with
have
cinnamon.
it planted right next to the fucking window cleaner
Oh,
Wow.
or the antifreeze. Remember they used to say fucking Fireball was antifreeze?
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Is
I know
it by
that
the antifreeze though?
I'm just talking shit,
Hold
but
on. I'm like trying to think of like now. Because I know they definitely put the Snoop Dogg wine by the Trojans. I know that's a fact.
he's all, well, since I'm getting some wine,
Since I'm getting smarter, might as well get some boner pills and some Trojans.
little
Some
rhino.
Snoop Dogg wine.
right at the checkout. I think it's crazy that they passed this bill for the wine and the drinks and stuff like that in the convenience stores, and like somehow these places have managed to free up 2 whole rows.
Yeah, and there's still
Yeah, I know,
snacks.
right?
There's
And
all the
still have
snacks still.
snacks. They just put them a little closer together and just
Like
add
everything's
more.
on top of each other now. Like they didn't care. They just moved everything down, and here you go. They're like,
Do you think we'll ever get to a day where it's like you can buy an eighth
At 7-Eleven?
at 7-Eleven?
Like in a cigarette pack?
if they ever federally legalize it.
Yeah.
I think they will one day.
But with that comes
Big Tobacco wouldn't like that.
no, they would not like that. So that's probably going to be like their biggest pushback. But
yeah.
another thing is like if they do that, sorry. It's only going to be somebody that has a shit ton of money because the regulations
That's
that
what
they're
it
going to
takes.
push on that is going to be insane. Like there's no way nobody like
Can you imagine hey bro, can I get like 20 on 7 over here and like some OG Kush, and then you'd have to like go through a whole fucking bud transaction with him.
Yeah,
You're all, what kind of terps is this with this 85 that I'm about to
Bro, I hate people like that. I'm like, just get the weed and smoke it. It's all gonna do what it's gonna do.
We're talking about terps earlier. How are you gonna just credit all that fucking conversation?
But you know what I mean? Like,
You're
people
just
going in,
an
I just want to
asshole.
get gas, and you're over here asking 30 questions about the motherfucking terps.
It's like when you get to 7-Eleven, the fool in front of you is buying like fucking 15 different
15
the cards.
strains and
No,
shit.
15 the what are they called? The scratch cards.
The
Those
tickets, the
motherfuckers.
scratch off tickets.
Oh, I just want to get these condoms and wine.
They need to have a fucking separate line, I swear to God. If they're gonna do that.
Or you know what's cool when you go to 7-Eleven and the fool's like, I'm gonna help you over here, and then
Yeah.
like somehow he like does the
He's
End
same.
up on the other register.
I'm like, this guy is selling
shit.
weed over here and condoms. This guy is multifaceted 7-Eleven employee.
And then fools be on a Bluetooth talking in a whole nother language.
Every time.
Talking Punjabi.
Every fucking time.
I swear, the dudes by my job, I swear they were talking shit about me one night. So I went in there and I was buying my shit, and he was like, "You speak Punjabi, my friend?" And I was like, "Nah." And then he just continued this conversation with his homie. And I was like,
Oh,
"Is he
they was
talking
hella
shit about
talking
me,
shit.
or he's saying something illegal?"
So look at this bitch ass
He was
motherfucker.
totally talking about him when he was
By-
walking across the street, and
by
then he
color.
got there and he realized you didn't talk Punjabi.
I was like, "Do I look like I was left off bad emoji?"
Bad.
And he was like, and this motherfucker don't know shit.
Yeah,
So
probably.
I'm about to upcharge him for this wine.
Yeah.
$20 extra for you, my
I know
friend.
he had to been saying something he didn't want me to hear for sure.
Yeah, when he goes in there to get his vape, I was like, "How much did you pay for that shit for an Esco?" He was like 30. Not even lying, that was a real
It
story.
was 28.
It was probably that night.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You speak Punjabi, he's like, "Watch me fucking overcharge this bitch ass." They fucking wax when you buy an Esco
That's
from
crazy.
7-Eleven.
It's made me want to go learn Punjabi.
How do you say Esco?
Duolingo.
Duolingo.
It's an app that'll teach you how to speak Punjabi.
Every time I go in there, I'm just gonna have my shit recorded and I'll Google Translate it.
I just Google Translate it.
Chat GPT. So like, tell me how to speak Punjabi, man. Tell this fool.
Yeah.
I don't ever get them from 7-Eleven. They always die like a day later.
I just
They're all
got it there
dead.
because it's right by my job, and I was just trying to be quick. You know,
One day we're gonna be buying weed at fucking
Quality, for sure.
convenience store. It's
It'd
gonna
be very
happen.
Convenient.
It's gonna happen. Well, think of it back in the day when they were doing like fucking prohibition runs and shit. You know what I mean? That was
they have
hell of illegal.
They have a vending machine at one of these malls.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I was in an Airbnb. They had a whole fucking vending machine with bud in there.
At an Airbnb.
Yes, it was a crib. It was someone's house.
What?
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope.
That was
I would
here in
fucking definitely
Denver.
do
I
that
don't
shit.
even know if that was like 3 years ago.
That's a fucking genius idea.
Yeah, it was cool. I still have the pictures, but they had like OG Kush and fucking shit. They had snacks. They had Gatorades, and then it's like
I mean, you could charge like $3 for a
I was like,
Gatorade.
that's weed right there. And I,
That's weed right there.
yeah, I was like reading the product packaging, and it was like like showing the
Sure.
THC levels, and it didn't say it was just CBD like Bammer. You know what I mean? It wasn't the New York Zaza shit. New York Zaza is actually CBD, so you guys are fucking not smoking weed. Just all the way solid. That shit is not weed. But in that Airbnb, it wasn't Zaza. That shit was for real.
That shit was the gas.
Yeah, it was tight.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we are spoiled out here when it comes to that. Because I've been other places and, bro, the struggle's real.
Crazy.
Leafy dirt.
Crazy fucking story. We're coming back from the Bahamas, and we had took a pen because I have the cartridges,
Yeah.
and the moment we get to the fucking Bahamas, the goddamn pen died. So we had to smoke the Bahama weed, which was not bad weed.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it was not bad weed. It kept us high for the 3 days that we were there, 4 days that we were there. But
Did you just get it like off the ship or from somewhere?
actually, look, how about there was a lady at the end of the beach.
Can we
And
talk
she
about
was-
this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
She was
What are they gonna
selling
do?
I don't know.
at the
Find you.
resort. She was selling seashells, right?
By the seashore.
By the seashore. And her nephew,
Right near the beach.
her nephews were selling the weed.
Yeah.
I said it's a family event going on. She's selling seashells by the seashore, and her nephews are selling the seaweed. Because we went over there. They had said something to us when we first got there, and we were like, "Nah, we got weed," you know what I mean? And then the pen died, so I was like, "Day 2, no weed." I was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna work for me. We have to find weed." So I was like, "I'm gonna go ask the lady at the end of the beach." So I went down there, and she was like, "You want a shell?" And I looked at it, and I was like, and I was told to ask you for some smoke, and she was like, "1 second, sweetheart." She called her nephew, and he come walking down the beach, and he was like, "What do you need?" And I was like, "We just need like a quarter. What do you got?" And he was like, "I can do a gram. What was it? A quarter for 40?
That's
Or
good.
no,
That's good.
a quarter for 80.
Oh,
That's
still
what it
not
was.
that bad though.
Almost $5 more.
So
That's not that
I was like, give us like an 8. So he was like, all right. So I gave him the cash, and then he walked up to the other end of the beach, and then another dude came out of this little hut down there, and he came up, walked past us, went to another hut at the end, and then they met back up, and then he came over, and I'm telling you, that shit looked like dirt.
That was
It looked
sketch.
like dirt, but it smoked so fire.
I wonder why I have those characteristics. And
I don't know. But then we went to the fish fry.
They probably grew it like wildly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit grows outside.
He
out
said
there
it was
all
his
year
own
round.
grown stuff.
Yeah.
So
They
it
don't grow
was
that shit inside when you have all the.
that
power
air
of
is
the sun.
different, man. That
It's
air
thick.
it's like
rich.
it was like I came home when I knew we were back in the US. The air was like heavy.
Yeah.
It was like so nice and light out there. It was just the air out there was just light, like we could breathe. Bobby for the
rich.
first time
Yeah.
could actually like breathe
Breathe.
out of his nose.
Yeah.
He was so devastated when we got home and his nose clogged back up.
Bobby probably has polyps and don't even know it. He thought he had a fucking deviated septum. When you go to like these tropical places, you can breathe. I got a deviated septum. I gotta breathe no matter where the fuck I'm at. My shit's crooked if you could.
Now some people ain't built for this mile high
Yeah.
lifestyle.
We
When
got back to the States and I was like, fucking, I hate it here. Like the
Instantly
attitude
awful.
instantly came back.
And so you're all wiping your mouth and
Right.
fingernails are cracking.
So then we got off the boat and we got our Uber and we had to go get a pen because, crazy story. How about Florida's got medical?
Yeah.
I'm looking at
They're
22
expensive.
years off 2 blunts and now the shit is medical on its verge
It's
of
expensive
being...
out there.
Their
weed sucks, though.
It's fucking expensive and it sucks. The dude was like, there was like a little dab bar type thing over there that we stopped at, and he got us a pen. He had a cookies pen. We lost that pen the moment we got back to Colorado. We have no idea where that pen is, but it was like $40 for the pen. Just the pen. I was like, I don't need your weed. I don't even want your weed, but they got that Delta 8 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
I don't.
That's that Zaza I'm
They
talking
were
about.
trying to get Bobby on that shit in Texas. In Texas, of all fucking places, there was a whole little shop.
Yeah, and they have like illegal fucking packaging, where it's like, this isn't Fruit Loops, you know what I mean, like that type of shit. This isn't cereal
Fritos.
brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the chips and shit like that.
I have a strain of a cartridge, and it's called Skittles.
Skittles.
I have to put the Z. It's Skittles with a Z,
Okay.
but I have to put the Z in front, so it's not for kids.
Yeah, Skittles.
Like it's not admired by kids or whatever the fuck it is. So it's Skittles. I can't
You have this?
Yeah, it's at the Healing Tree right now.
Can you
20
bring in the
bucks out the
snacky
door.
snacks next time? They have these edibles that look exactly like Skittles.
Yeah.
That's
Rich
what we
tried
was
to
eating
get-
on the other day.
Rich just tried to get. He was like, "You want to get some?" And I'm
And
like,
then-
"Bro, what are?" And it's like, "These take no, I'm cool. Like
And
I
then
got
Bobby's like,
plans later on.
he's
How
like,
much are
they're
these?"
not medicated, and I'm like, yes, the fuck they are. Watch, and then I ate them all, and then Isaiah was 3 minutes late to school the next day. Like
You're all, yes they are, so I ate them all. You were like, I'm gonna eat one to see
I
what
was
she
like,
does.
don't ever test me, bro. Don't ever test me.
She's like, I did acid and DMT.
At the same time, fuck you.
I'm good. Calm down. All I did was just
Same damn time.
put some music on and not be a bitch about it. Just smoke some weed.
Pretty much.
That's fucking... Yeah, some of these edibles are scary. That's what I was trying to say in the last podcast when me and Bobby, we were at my cousin's. We ate fucking the edibles that were just sitting on his... We ate edibles that were sitting on his fucking counter. Remember, Bobs?
Yeah, those Rice Krispie treats.
There was a bunch of Rice Krispie treats, and me and this fool ate like 3 of them. We're all rubbed, and we're all drunk, like pretty drunk. And then he's like, "Oh, did you like those or what?" We're like, "Yeah, they're all right. What's up?"
Rice Krispie treats.
He's like, "Yeah, well, my roommate made them." We're like, "What do you mean made them? Like, is he a fucking baker? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "No, they're edible. Yeah, they're edibles." I was like, I was not ready to be on a ride because I was drunk as shit. We were having a beer pong tournament. I swear, like I don't know, when I have such a low tolerance when it comes to edibles. I felt like my whole perspective was distorting while I was in the Uber. I was just like,
Bro.
"Get me home. Like,
Look.
don't talk to me, dog." I'm like spinning in your backseat. I feel like I'm like,
He's like, bro, I'm just telling you to get out. We're here.
"Get off me."
When I was at that bar and I took that drink, I like slammed that drink.
Yes.
And then I did that other drink. And when I tell you, I was like, I felt shifted.
Yes.
I was like, that's what made me paranoid because every time I would laugh, it's like my
Yes.
I was like, oh no. And Tori's just over there just sipping on her drink, just cracking up, and it's like in my world it's like the evil like one of those that I'm like, oh no, I have to go to work. Like this, I don't really fuck with edibles for that reason.
Yeah.
And then I tried to prove a point the other day, made myself late, and I'm good on the edibles for a while.
I was all drunk off Crown.
I don't really fuck with him either.
This fool is a monster. What are you
I
talking
heard.
about?
What do you think though, dog? Shit.
He's
That shit tasted
terrorized.
fire.
We were
Forever.
sitting at the Headz Up school drive.
I know, I was there.
I ate like 3,000 milligrams.
He was
got
like,
there and-
"These are fire."
He had taken them before we got there.
We had a package of ice over these last night.
I was eating it.
We started eating it. And I put it, I sold it to him. Was there again.
They were like lifesaver gummies. This shit was fire.
And
Bro
he
was
just kept
literally
happening.
like, "These are fucking, these are good." I'm all, "We should probably be careful. Those aren't from Denver. They're not regulated."
They're like 1,600 milligrams a pack.
I just-
And I ate both packs.
I just remember before we left, Bobby being, "Hey bro, are you good to drive home?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think so." And and we were driving away, and I was like, "Is he gonna be okay to get home?" And Bobby was like, "Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be
I
fine."
got there fast as fuck.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That fool was driving quicker so he wouldn't be high
With
as
the top
long
down,
in
too.
the car.
I was top down.
His hair was. That fool's beard was
Oh
flapping.
my! Not the beard flapping.
He was
Needed-
fucking. He didn't
Need
call
a
us.
visor to keep the bugs off.
He didn't call us for like 2 days after that.
I heard.
I
Remember?
slept. I got like one of the best sleeps of my life. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Fool got up. He was like, "I got work. It's all Monday the next week. I'm gonna be super
No, 'cause
early."
I was home and I was chilling. I was trying to do anything. I was trying to like watch TV or something. I was having like an anxiety attack, and everything I was trying to do was like kind of making it worse. So I was like, all right, I'm going to sleep.
He was trying to watch TV. He was all serious about it. Like, bro, you don't have to try to watch
Aggressively
TV.
watching TV.
Just calm down. Watch Breaking Bad.
I got under the
Too
blankets
funny.
though, and I ended up taking a good.
36-hour nap.
It was at least 12.
This fool had the
12,
blankets
12
on.
hours.
But you said 2 days. They said they
Oh, I just didn't talk to these motherfuckers.
Oh,
The
so you go
fucking
there.
devil had this fool in a fucking headlock.
I was in recovery. You know? In recovery.
What's weird though is I seen him fucking wrestle that demon. You motherfucker.
What?
When it came to the eating those edibles, you got the fucking, you did it. But Bobby,
I did it.
you did it. You succeeded. That wasn't
eating the edibles.
of getting out of
Getting it out of the hole.
Of getting out of that hole. Bobby though, on the
I
other
don't know
hand,
if I ever really got out of that hole. Shit.
I've seen Bobby drink like 2 fucking Keef Colas before they were regulated. Just
the 100 milligram ones.
and then he'd be like, they don't affect me.
I didn't think that was a real thing, okay, until his mom was like, I got some really, really good edibles. Like, I'm not going to take any more. Do you want any? His mom and I, like, we exchange weed all the time. And so I was like, yeah, of course I do. And she was like, they're really, really strong. And there was, like, 5 left in the container. And I think they were 25s a piece. They were decent.
25 what? Milligrams or 100 milligrams? 2500.
I think they're 10. They're 10s.
Were they 10s?
But you took 3 or 4 and I took.
Yeah. So they were 10 milligrams.
They gave us 9 of them. We split them.
Yeah. And I made us eat all of them at once.
Oh, damn.
And, like, the room started to spin.
It's about to get real weird in
And
here.
I was looking at Bobby, and he was like, you good? And I was like, bro, you're not. Like, you're good. I'm not good. And, like, he really doesn't. I ate all those fucking candies.
Well, there's a thing inside. I believe it's the liver that they're missing an enzyme. He probably is the one who's missing an enzyme that doesn't.
A chromosome.
He's like, I don't feel anything.
Stupid eye.
But your liver has to have this certain enzyme, I believe, that breaks down the fucking THC, and he probably just doesn't have it. Because I've seen him, like,
he can
eat
down
a
him.
lot of them.
Down him.
I'm like, that shit would kill a small horse.
I used to think that too, that I could just eat it. Once I turned 30, though, THC started affecting me in a different way. Like now,
No,
I
seriously.
smoke a fraction of what I used to. I used to blow down like an ounce a day,
Man.
like, on a slow day.
Shit.
For
In
sure.
college. And, like, I had my dad's GI Bill for the military. So, like, I got that check. And we would just go buy pounds. And we were supposed to be, like, the campus drug dealers. But we were those niggas that smoked all our product.
Allegedly.
We've all been there.
I haven't been to college, so no.
Their mom goes to college.
We
Didn't
used
finish
to
high school,
smoke
buddy.
big weed back then, and
Yeah,
now
big time.
I'm like a blunt in one sitting. I'm like, that's even too much.
I think I'm starting to pick it back up,
Good.
honestly, because now I could face a blunt.
Yeah, give me a half.
But like once I hit 30, like it did. I noticed like my intake go down. You know what I mean? And like I would smoke and be like, okay, I'm starting to feel a little.
I wonder why.
I also think
know.
I smoked cigarettes forever. You know
I
what
smoked
mean?
cigarettes
So,
for a minute, and I put them down cold turkey just like you did.
See, but
I was
now
on
like
ecstasy
on
though.
the
That's when I
blunt.
had my revelation.
See there, I'd be
So,
down with some MDA.
You don't want no
It was-
cigarettes no more.
I was like 13 pills deep, and I was like, okay,
No,
I'm never
fuck
gonna
no,
smoke one
not
of these
that.
again. I handed off a half a pack of cigarettes to the homegirl. I never touched them again.
Yeah, same.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, here, you take on this
Yeah,
fucking
you're
demon.
good. I'm done. You can have that one.
She's all big, bash, lights 4 up. She rolled a blunt with a cigarette.
I
Broke
got a
him
homie
up.
who used to do that shit with
Yeah.
the little baby, the Psalms, little Bible papers. Mm-hmm. He would roll up and he would
Break
grab
up
all
cigarettes.
The bachas.
Did you
Oh
say
my
Psalms
God.
Bible papers?
Yeah,
Like out of the book of Psalms?
the tiny one
Not
that
out
they
of-
hand out.
The little, oh, y'all going to hell.
I didn't
wait,
smoke
wait.
it with him.
Hold on, I missed
Okay,
that.
he's going to hell.
He would rip the Psalms out?
He would rip a page out
Out of
and
the
then
little tiny Bible.
He would take
and
like
use
the
it to-
Philly, when we would roll blunts. He would save all that tobacco from the blunts and then roll them up, and he would roll them with anything he could find. Like, dude,
Going to hell.
He just had a Bible.
Homie had-
Oh,
But
conveniently.
that was his emergency rolling paper.
There's
homie had
there's
a
literally
smoker's cough at like
In-
18.
No, seriously. Okay, so that's why I think
Straight
that's
up.
where my like intake level has gone down because I'm a blunt smoker,
Yeah.
but I can't face a blunt without dying
Mm-hmm.
off of it now. So I smoke like a blunt a day.
Keeps the doctor away.
Something like that.
Keeps the Psalms away.
Look, I know I'm not nearly as sick when I'm smoking weed.
Yeah.
I've been sick all the time ever since I had kids.
Germy fucks,
Promise
come on.
you, they're just German.
You're all
Not those little
quick
fuckers.
coughing, baby.
They got the hand, foot, and mouth disease. They got all.
And they don't know how to cover their mouths.
They don't know how to cover their mouth.
Right in your mouth, just
Eat their
sneeze
candy
right
off
here.
the floor.
Their mouths are on everything.
I set my water down for 2 seconds, and they're just like, "Yup," start slamming that shit.
Yo, wait, that's Keith Cola.
Isaiah knows I got
It's a
ice.
margarita.
Isaiah knows I got ice, so he's sticking his hand in my ice.
Yeah, my son
And I'm
does
like,
that shit
dude,
too.
did you wash your hands in the last 2 hours?
Hell
Have
no.
you washed your hands in 2 hours? Take the whole fucking cup and get out of here. Get out of my face.
I'll
fucking-
fucking fight my son if you put your fucking hand in my drink.
My son be doing that shit like with impunity.
Dude, so
Don't abuse my kids.
but boys are a
beat a
different.
kid's ass.
I didn't know I was gonna have to like beat my son's ass. I just
I
thought,
think
see, okay, and now
it's
he's
coming. My son's too little right now, but
mine's relatively good.
Ice.
I might catch on.
Ice pick drops.
He's relatively good.
12 to 6. It's like,
His attitude comes out every once in a while, but he thinks he can do parkour. Nigga, did Bobby tell you we had surgery on the eardrum? There was only 20% of his eardrum.
where's
That's why
where's
you don't
this
listen,
story?
boy.
Huh?
Now he really can't listen because he can't
He
hear.
only have 20% of his hearing left?
Because he stabbed a Q-tip through his ear.
Damn.
Boys are rough.
I know. I tried to do that for my son. I was like, clean your ears. You know what I mean? Like, this is how you clean your ear. And he did it. He was like, I can't hear out of my ear. I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
what the fuck are you doing? I told you don't fucking jam it in there.
Yeah, no.
I was
mine-
like, just clean it. You're not supposed to clean your fucking ears with,
with
Q-tips,
Q-tips
at all.
regardless. Yeah, but
Wash them shits out with your finger or something.
Jackass
in the
jumped
shower.
on the bed with a Q-tip in his ear. And in the ear, the Q-tip went. Bobby's in Plano, Texas. He runs out. He's like, there's blood, and I'm freaking out.
Oh,
It's
he
like
did this-
11:30
He
at
did
night.
this recently.
This was last summer. This was in
Yeah,
August.
he's
This was
old
like,
enough to not.
look, you old enough. He thinks he's invincible. Okay,
That's
my
funny.
kid thinks he has a cape
I bet he
on.
don't listen to Bobby at all.
No, he only listens to Bobby.
Oh, that's
Okay,
cool.
so I'm out at this party the other night, and every time I tell Isaiah to go to bed, it's always, I don't wanna. Why do I have to do
Hey,
this?
go to bed, bud.
So then Bobby's text me 9:30 on the dot. He's like, Isaiah said goodnight, and he loves you. And I'm like, so then I get home, and I'm like, did he give you a hard time? And he's like, nope. I told him, hey, bud, it's 9:30. And he said, all right, grabbed his blanket, gave me a hug, was like, I love you, Bobby, and went to bed.
Bobby's getting him high.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I was like, Bobby's like, you want to eat some candy with me?
No, seriously.
He's like, they don't do nothing to me.
Don't do that. He's
We're
giving
good.
melatonin.
We're good.
No, seriously. Sleep medicine.
Indica-infused melatonin.
He
Indica-induced
just got a
melatonin.
new jar of melatonin for kids for Isaiah.
That
from
shit
Mom.
works for me.
No,
like,
seriously.
the
I love
kids?
to take me some melatonin.
Kids melatonin?
It fucks you up?
I could do babies melatonin.
I
That
got
shit fucks me
extra
up.
strength adult melatonin. I eat like 4 of them shits
And not go to bed.
and have some good ass dreams.
Okay, I was
Fool.
getting ready to say.
That shit always never fails. It never fails to put me to sleep. Melatonin is.
I love melatonin. Smoking a little bit before you
I don't
fucking
give it
take some
to my
melatonin.
kids like often, but when
Because
they
then they
need
become
it,
deprived on that shit.
when they need it, like when we just absolutely cannot get them to fucking calm down for bed, we'll give them some.
Yeah, if they're rowdy by 8:30, you finna get one of these gummies at 10. Fool.
They still get the drops because my son ain't 3 yet, so he can't do the gummies yet.
Gotcha.
But when he does the gummies, that'd be easier. Because sometimes he don't want to take that shit.
Drops?
They're like drops. They're 1 milligram.
So extract of fucking melatonin. 300 milligrams.
No, it's 1 milligram per like
Drop.
per fucking like
Tincture.
dab or whatever.
Tincture.
Because it sucks it up. It's like a little syringe. So it's like 1 little serving gives up 1 milligram. They take 3.
They take 3.
Yeah.
So a serving
That's
size,
what
he's
they're
like,
approved to.
have 3. Sometimes you
It
gotta
works.
do
That
that.
shit puts them out. That's why I don't want to do it too much because I want it to work.
Yeah, if you take
Yeah.
melatonin too much, you're just gonna fuck your whole
That
sleep.
shit
up.
won't work.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's how that daycare in Springs got caught up.
Yeah,
Because
I
all their
seen
kids.
that.
Yeah, because the kids, the parents were, they were like, we pick our kids up from the daycare and they're dead ass asleep. Can't wake the kids up and make
They're all
And then they
dosed.
were having
They're
a hard
dosing.
time.
They were dosing them heavy.
The fuck out of these newborns and shit.
They were like, oh, fuck it.
I would
7
go back
fucking
there
squares.
And then
Beat
they
the
couldn't
fuck
put the
out of
kids to
those
sleep
bitches.
at home. So then they asked the daycare and they launched an investigation and found out that the daycare was
Was it
dosing
the
the fuck
whole
out of the kids.
daycare, or was
the
it like
whole
some one?
daycare. There was like 3 women that
They
ran
were
this
like,
daycare.
fuck these kids.
And they
give
were
them-
dosing the fuck
Dayquil.
out of these
So
kids.
they could be on their phones and shit while they sleep at
Come on,
work
I'm trying to cheat on my husband.
type shit.
Fuck, that's fucking outlandish.
You know that shit was
Bro,
probably
that's
going on.
child. They should be going to prison for that.
Oh, they are. They were
think?
arrested.
The
think
whole
on time?
shit got shut down.
That's
It was in Springs, like recently,
Bro,
like in the last 6 months or some shit.
that's why I
Damn.
don't trust daycares like that. Like, let me find out.
Please,
oh, bro.
okay? Because at that point, I don't have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
And I will go back to
I'll
jail.
catch a case.
I will go back to jail. I've been there before. I know this isn't my first rodeo. And speaking of going back to jail,
In El Paso, the
the
county.
April Fool's joke,
Which one? There was a lot.
the one where
good
I
one?
thought you were in jail.
I never thought he was in jail. I drove by
I
this
did.
fool's apartment and his windows were open. I was like,
I did. I was looking up Jefferson County inmate intake. I was looking up Denver County. I said, when I find Lynn, I'm gonna fuck him up.
I said, like, I had no like concern. I was like, this fool's gotta be capping.
When I realized when Bobby was not concerned and I didn't see his phone going off, I was like, I said, oh my God, it's the first.
What got
It
me
was
is
the second.
that you
And it
told
was the
Rich.
second.
Yeah. I told Rich, I was
Yeah,
like,
of
yo.
all people.
And I was like,
Well, you know
why
why?
wouldn't he call me? I was like, fuck this guy, let him run in jail.
I gotta take a pee real fast. Fuck this guy. Let him run.
Fuck this guy.
Fuck him, man. I hope he gets fucked in there.
Look, I was so pissed off, and
First
then
day.
when Bobby was like, "It's the April Fool's joke," and I was like, "It's the second." I was like, "That's even more reason for me to whoop his
He's a
ass."
dumbass, man.
Okay, lady.
He's so stupid.
I don't know what the fuck got locked up for.
I couldn't
He's
find
so
anything.
stupid. Because I dropped him off that night, so I know where he was at. And then when I drove by, his windows were open, and I was like, yeah, he went home.
I was all sitting.
He went home last night, so I was like, I know he'd get taken to jail from his crib. Like,
He was just wilded out, pulled the Martin Lawrence.
stupid.
Yeah, I just told Rich, I was like, yo, bro. It started because he was gonna do a prank on us.
Who?
Matt was gonna do a prank on Headz.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it started. So I just took his joke
I was going to text him the day.
because we just put on Rich.
No, it wasn't like that. Wasn't.
Well,
like,
we got new members and shit. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Just tell him.
I was
tell him.
all. I was gonna text him and I was gonna be like, "Yeah, bro, I don't really like the direction the way the company's going right now, and I think I just gotta step back."
You was
and
gonna
fucking
quit.
Just do my And I was gonna do that shit, and I was like, you know what? He'd probably get too hurt about that.
Just blocked him immediately. Fuck you, dude. I'll be like, well, come get your hat, you piece of shit.
See, look, I don't have time. Y'all have the jokes and the way I'm like,
And then-
boys are a different kind of.
The day I really get fucking locked up, they were like, fuck that fool.
Yeah, no,
And
the
I'm
man
all
that
sitting
cried
there.
wolf
I'm all sitting there in fucking Denver County. I'm all
for days. For days. Then
He's trying to call
it's like
us,
it's like week 2. We're like
trying to use a guard's Facebook to call up. I don't know anybody's number.
on his Facebook.
I don't
know.
I remember
Can I
my
use your Facebook?
I remember my grandma's phone number from like the 90s. I don't remember anybody's number.
You only remember landlines. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do those even exist? Oh,
They
I
still
have
do,
one.
hell yeah,
My
you
mom
see
has
that,
one,
right?
but she only uses it for the facts.
The facts.
The facts?
The facts.
That's facts.
What do you mean?
Like as a fax machine, she
Oh.
has a fax machine.
That's how far we are into the future. He's like,
Well, I know what a fax. I thought you meant like
Have you
Colfax.
seen the TikTok video of the white woman that's saying that we should come up with a phone that's a house phone that everybody can use.
I feel like that's like kind of trolling.
We're all
like,
going
Is
backwards.
it trolling? I can't
feel
ever
like
tell
because
anymore.
people are like, we should come up with like something where you could like play games, you know, with like a controller. Like
I only
feel
know,
like
like-
she looked like she was really
I know, like-
serious.
I know like 3 numbers.
people be
I know
serious.
I know my grandma's number. I know fucking J.G. Wentworth. And I know Mike Jones' number. J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash down. I know. I'm gonna try to call it J.G. Wentworth in jail. I'm like, yo, give me a charge. Give me
I need
a.
somebody to call
Bro,
Matt.
it's my freedom and I want it back.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm gonna stay in jail. Never mind. I'm not guilty.
You deserve it.
I'm gonna try to call Mike Jones on 281-330-8004.
I was that guard. I'd be like, go sit down. Give me my shit and go sit down.
So, off my phone.
He's all liking bitches' pictures.
Just spray. I'm not even. And what's fucked up is like we have such a weird attention span nowadays because of the fucking social media. I'd be like, let me use your
He starts
Facebook,
sharing
girl.
shit.
I'm just scrolling. This shit is fucking clown. Tagging myself.
Yo, what?
And then we would really be like, that nigga's not in jail because he's been retweeting shit all fucking day.
I know he's been shit posting.
Some fucking CO is tagging Rage. It's probably he's on Heads Up now or something. One of his guard friends.
Oh,
And he floods the timeline with so many posts that the one post that says, hey guys, I'm in jail, answer the phone, gets lost in the sauce.
it's got like 10 haha.
Yeah.
One heart and shit.
10 heart react.
I care.
I would still get upset at the one thumbs up. I was like, what a bitch.
Of all the reactions there, you chose to just
You didn't
like
have
the
time
shit.
to fucking
Slide
scroll
it.
over it.
I don't like that.
What a hater.
That's some hater vibes.
What a hater.
Don't fucking like my shit. Don't thumbs at me.
It's the thought that counts.
Those are the hater vibes.
Look at all the hundreds of people who don't like your shit.
Looking at him, looking at you.
That
motherfuckers.
insights thing is so fucking lame.
What?
Insights. Now you can see
Oh, yeah.
how many people really saw this and didn't react out of all your thousands of
It
friends.
should tell you.
Can
the
you?
names
Oh,
of
you
those
can.
people.
You wish,
You
but you go to
send them
click
a
see
screenshot?
details and it doesn't show you shit. It just gives you those numbers bolded.
It's like, Mom? You fucking look at my shit.
My mom.
Didn't even like it.
Number one hater.
You look at my shit.
It starts in your own circle.
Be your own
Be your
fucking
own
people.
people,
Be your own fucking people, bro.
What is that stupid ass quote? They might be in your circle, but they're not in your corner. Oh, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard of.
Stupid.
Well, circles
Ain't no
don't.
squares in my circle.
Yeah,
Don't fit.
it just got out of jail. I would fucking that would suck to go to jail nowadays, bro. I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to get out. I just sit there until
Until they let you out.
they're like, "You want your phone call?" I'm like, "What? I don't."
They're like,
Am I gonna
"Fuck
call
it,
my
let-"
grandma's old number?
Instead of a phone call, can I have a computer?
Well, they could probably get something from your cell phone though.
No,
They'll let you look up a number.
You have to get
Can
those
you?
numbers before you turn your stuff in. But once you put it in that bag, they're not supposed to open it again.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to get your. Anytime I've been
They'll
locked
allow
up,
you to get your
they
number.
tell
I
me,
know
yeah,
you
they
maxed out, too.
allow you to get your most important top 5 numbers or whatever.
They're like, nope, you got to write to remain silent. And we're gonna make sure you're.
But the crazy fucking part
silent.
about
I'm not
that,
gonna remember.
But
I'm
look,
like,
it's the crazy part. They're like, yeah, you can get the numbers, and it's like, okay, so do I get a pen and a piece of paper? And it's like, oh no, you don't do that.
It's like, cool, it's 7 digits. Can't fucking remember 7 digits.
For 5 people in order, got
You
it.
deserve to be in here.
nobody answers their phone nowadays. When I get a call, I'm like, God, I don't answer that. He's all in jail.
Especially from when it's from Denver County Courthouse or jail.
It's all says Denver County and says scam likely under it.
No scam likely.
I'm good on that. I'm not accepting that. So this is a collect call from Nuz Lightyear.
Do you accept these charges?
Press 4 if you accept. I'm good.
Hey, put some money on my books.
No, seriously, because I only have 30 seconds left.
Hey, put some money on my books, dog.
He's like, you got a call from, hey, put some money on my books.
I don't know who that was.
You know who that was?
They forgot to announce themselves.
Oh my god.
This is Magic Bubble. Put some money on my books. Put some money on my soup. I'm trying to make a spread.
Hey, honey bun.
This motherfucker said I need a honey bun. Not even get a fucking bail bonds. He's still trying to get a money bun.
Honey bun, dog.
He's all upset. Using his fucking
Trying to make a honey bun spread.
fuck. Yeah, what jail would you rather be in, Jeffco or Denver?
Boulder.
Boulder? You'd be in there with the fucking...
The hippies.
You'd be in there with the fucking King Super Shooters and
I
shit.
got
Fuck
Princess.
yeah.
I'll be the pop boss.
I got princess treatment at CJC, so I'm going back to Colorado Springs.
That'd be nice. If you get the princess treatment in a male jail, that means a whole different.
Does it?
Now it's like, oh, I found a Snickers on my fucking pillow.
If a dude ever gets out of jail, like,
They-
yo, I got the princess treatment, bad shit happened to him, dog. Bad
You
shit.
dropped the soap?
No,
couple
you don't
times.
even need to drop the soap.
He was the soap.
He's
On
been
the
passed
floor.
around like the bar of soap, yeah.
They were,
He was on the floor.
He's like, yeah, I really got the princess treatment in there.
I bet you did.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of princess treatments in jail and shit, how do you guys feel about 6ix9ine?
oh, we already talked about
Oh,
all
did you
this shit,
guys?
yeah.
I missed it.
Good.
Treat him how princesses want to be treated. I guess.
He
He's just
A princess wants to be beat the hell up?
hey, to each their own. To each
Toxic.
their own.
I'm really confused to his definition of what a princess is.
he is a princess.
It-
He's still
it
lost in
moves.
his own self-discovery.
It moves, you know.
It's fluid. These motherfuckers are high as shit. It's fluid.
It's pretty.
My princess is super fluid.
Godly.
It's fluid.
Got
It's
it.
toasty.
I got what you're putting down. I feel.
Nah, he got beat up. I mean,
Yeah.
he asked for it.
Yeah, it's
Who
coming.
cares? The other dudes are going to jail. They might be
He's
out.
lucky
I don't
that he
fucking
didn't
know.
get killed.
No, seriously.
So
Why are
maybe
you walking around without security?
It was the shorts. It wasn't even
It
that.
wasn't the jacket?
No, it was the shorts that got him jumped.
I would have thought it was the jacket.
It was the combination of the both.
And
Who
the
wears
hair.
shorts like that with a jacket? That's some Colorado shit.
That is.
You ever see
I was
people-
gonna say I do, but not those type of shorts, bro.
What is it with
I
fucking...
want my thighs to be warm at least.
You got some big ass thighs too.
Not that big. Calm down.
I'm gonna show them.
You want a pillow?
What is it with Colorado? Motherfuckers be walking around with a t-shirt, little ass t-shirt and fucking shorts on, and it's snowing outside. And then when it's hot like a day like this, motherfuckers will have a jacket on or a hoodie.
Well, that's
Jeans.
because Colorado's weather is so goddamn bipolar. Yesterday it was like raining all morning.
It snowed.
And then
Snowed.
we went we had to go pick up our goddaughter. We pick her up in Castle Rock because she lives in Springs. And it was like a fucking whiteout in Castle Rock. Just
Now look
30 minutes away. Yeah. And
Beautiful.
Yeah.
and it's gorgeous outside.
Beautiful
So
out there.
Yeah, it was.
that is why
It
I
was-
feel like nobody can ever dress accordingly, or why you see people that have shorts on and a jacket. Yeah, a jacket on.
I'm a
Because
shorts
you
hoodie.
can go.
I'm not talking about
Sure.
that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how they just be wearing summer clothes in the winter, middle of a fucking snowstorm.
Well, yeah.
And then if we go outside right now, we'll go pull up to somewhere, anywhere. And
I mean, I'm a
motherfuckers are
hoodie.
I'm fucking sweating
I was
talking to
gonna
you.
wear a hoodie, actually.
What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It was cold yesterday, so I did.
That's what I'm
it is.
saying.
Yeah,
That's
it was-
what I'm saying.
'cause
It's
I was
like
like,
it's
shit.
hard
It is
because
cold.
yesterday, I mean, all week it was
Last time
80
I was outside,
degrees.
it was cold.
Yep.
I needed one of those. So,
hmm And then I came outside and I didn't need
I want
one.
to get caught slipping.
Yeah,
Come to Colorado.
Like I got some extra socks.
Colorado got some
I got-
weak ass spring too. She's trying her hardest to fight, but winter got that bitch by
It goes winter to
throat.
summer. There ain't even no between.
There's no
I feel
spring.
like.
I never get to
There ain't
enjoy
no
the
fall
spring.
either, bro. It's just one day it's 85 and the next day it's snowing. And then it's like,
That's
all right, I guess we're done with the 85s for the rest of the year and it's going to snow now.
It's always been that
There's
way.
no like.
We never
easing
hit
into
There's no
the seasons.
easing into it. That's how it was. It was just like 0 degrees and snowing like 2 weeks ago and then it was 80. Now it's 80 and now it ain't going to go back to that.
Yeah.
So
Good old Colorado.
it just switches. That's why everybody's fucking
Smoking weed.
allergy. That's why everybody's allergies are fucked up out here.
Me?
And that's why Bobby can't breathe.
I'm like,
I'm
I
the
got
same
the
way. Like I can't like barely breathe through my nose.
I used to get sinus infections all the time during this time because of the weather change.
Ah,
the
that's
hot to cold, hot
migraines.
to cold.
Yeah. The pressure changes. Yeah, fuck that. I stay with whatever the fuck that medicine is called. I stay with that shit on deck.
Oh, that Zyrtec or whatever.
Yeah, whatever the shit is, Claritin.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have it. I don't know if your allergies change like what every 7 years or some bullshit like that, but I didn't have allergies growing up at all. I'd be maybe it's because I don't fucking go outside as much anymore as I was when I was a kid. And then as soon as I started getting outside, like when I was 23-ish, around that time when I was working outside, I couldn't fucking be like my face is all bad. I couldn't be.
He's like
I'm all talking
Will
and
Smith
people.
on Hitch.
Yes, bad. I couldn't breathe.
Benadryl.
I thought I was gonna die at Target. I was like, I can't fucking like it burned. That shit burned, all itchy. My eye. I couldn't do this. Just that shit fucking like it would itch. And then I'm like trying to buy Claritin, and then like, yeah, get the, and you know Claritin's fine. And you try to buy Sudafed. I'm like, I'm not a fucking drug dealer. Like,
Just we gotta put your name on this list.
I'm
You
buying,
only
like-
buy it once a day.
I'm buying like 5 pills. Like, chill out. I'm gonna make a fucking gram of meth for my allergies.
Enough to get off.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up. But yeah, do you want to drop anything else?
This was a lot of fun.
Son,
Appreciate you guys for having me. Just support MT Growers. Right now, like I said, we're in Fort Collins at Flower Power Botanicals and at the Healing Tree over here at Colorado Boulevard. Keep a lookout for us. I would give you guys like my business stuff, like my social medias, but I think it's because I don't pay for it. I stay banned on Facebook anytime. Facebook and Instagram.
You shit
Anytime
post?
anytime I go to post like a product.
Oh, that's why. Because
I'm violating the community standards or whatever. So like you can follow me on Empty Growers on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. I'm like super active on Twitter because Elon don't give a fuck what I say over there.
We could link your shit to it too.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
I'll
still
throw-
put your handles on there.
I'll throw it over to you, but yeah, just keep an eye out. I'll be making some noises.
Some new products. MT Growers Inc.
Getting people medicated.
Why is it MT?
On the package, it's in the back of like a mountain. So I tell people it's mountain growers because we're like near the mountains. I thought it was cool. But honestly, it's because my uncle, my family, the family business, they're from Marshall, Texas.
Mm.
So I let my uncle have one piece of it. Since he put in so much work, I was like, you can have the name. So Marshall,
That's
Texas growers.
How can other individuals like yourself get the... Sorry that I'm bringing up this shit again, but how can other individuals get the social equity thing?
You literally just go on to the Colorado Marijuana Enforcement Division and in the search bar type in social equity. They have a link. They make it super easy for you to get to the application.
Yeah.
But just know that application comes with like a $7,000 fee. And you got to go through, you got to make sure you stay on top of it. So it's really accessible. Just go onto the MED website, type it in the link, and it'll pop up with the application. But
$7,000 for
Maybe
the app.
one day it'll be easier for people like us to break into industries that have been dominated by us and took over by others.
You know why marijuana was criminalized? It was a whole race thing.
Yeah,
Oh, they said that the blacks would,
The women-
would
it
rape
would-
the white women.
No, it would make the if the
Mexicans.
white women would smoke weed, or they would make them want black dudes.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And Mexican men were raping white women.
That,
white
I knew
women.
there was a rape conspiracy in that all.
Yeah, it's all some fucked up.
And
shit.
now here all the white boys are getting really, really high.
Yeah, and now it's
And
getting
they're-
legalized, and now they own the fucking businesses.
And it's all kind of different ways to get high. I'm telling you, at that bar, there's so many different contraptions, like gravity bongs. And I remember gravity bong, like, you put a bucket and you use...
In the sink.
You feel me?
I
And
cut
you
a
use
2 liter.
And the 2 liter,
Yes.
and you put a hole at the top with the little nail, and that's how you did it. Now there's like an actual
I still do
contraption
it.
that, like, it heats up at the bottom, and then
And
you
you
flip
flip
it. Yep.
The
I've seen
volcano.
It. Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Same shit.
It's
No.
like you flip it. It's not.
It's
Oh, the
you
bro
flip
bro
it.
one.
Yeah. It looks like a test, like a tube, like a pill
It's like
tube.
a fucking sand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
What
think
do they call them motherfucking things?
I don't know if Sleep brought it last time. No, Sleep, one of our first episode, he has one of those. He was gonna bring it, but I was like, I'm not gonna get down with that, bro. I just want to talk. I'm gonna
And
go.
all we was trying to do, like really all we was trying to do, our colored folks was just trying to smoke some weed. Like we wasn't. Any
And they're
OG
over
was
here
just
trying to
like,
make
give me
$1
some
million
flour. You feel me?
off it.
But yeah, but that was one of the stigmas back in the day that only coloreds or Mexicans smoked weed.
Yeah.
So it
now
was
look
like
at
When
the
they
below
called it
them.
marijuana, they tried to Mexicanize the name.
What is the definition of marijuana? Isn't it like crazy to, or was it?
I don't fucking know. I just know that they tried to Mexicanize the name to make it sound like more Mexican.
Sounds about right, but the
Sounds
plan
about white.
is sounds about white.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I love
now
that.
when you hear somebody say marijuana, that's all. Yeah, it sounds like that's how they say it.
I always
Oh,
thought
that's
it was.
bud.
I always thought it was weird when people would walk into the dispensaries and they'd be like, "Yo, can I get some flour?" I'm like, never heard that way.
People call it now. It's called flour now.
When I first heard it, I was like, that's a new thing. It is the flower of the bud, but it's also I never heard of it.
So it's so
Flower-
crazy
flower-
what happens to a certain product when white people get a hold of it.
Prostituting it. It's like
Slutted it out.
sweat it out, just like chocolate. It's like chocolate, just like yoga, just like fucking Mexican food,
Tacos.
Street tacos.
street tacos. You guys want some street corn? Like, what the fuck is that?
You know the tacos are trash when they don't ask you for flour or corn.
Mm-hmm.
And they just bring it to you.
Killer's choice.
I'm going to get some tacos after this for sure.
Tacos on fire.
Yeah,
That sounds fucking
Tacos
schmiggities.
are-
we're about to make that happen.
But yeah, hey, it was good having you on.
Thanks,
I'd love to
guys.
have you on again when you're soaring
Yeah.
Or
No,
later on
Never.
down in your journey.
Yeah.
It was good having you on too, brother. But right on, guys. I appreciate everybody for listening in.
Yeah.
You guys have a good weekend. Smoke some weed about it.
happy
Yeah.
420.
Yep, ends up.